And I think, fingers crossed, we're back in business. Yay, it's working! Hurrah! Turns out I might owe YouTube a small apology. It seems it was OBS having a bit of a derp moment rather than YouTube. I'll have a rummage and have a look and see if it's going to be a persistent problem, or what the hell it's complaining about. But for now, let's just go out in something small and pathetic and just see if it's working. Hi Funbro, by the way. Sorry that the thing kind of exploded as soon as you turned up. I'm sure it's not your fault. Hi Chisel. Wouldn't blame anyone. Wouldn't dream of it. Wouldn't dream of it. Fingers crossed it holds out okay. Let's just see how this goes. Ho hum. That was weird. First time I have ever had that happen. Oh well. Okay. Let's see if we're properly back in business. I think you had a question, Funbro, but I'm not sure what it was. Feel free to ask. Hopefully more people will turn back up when they realise that we live once again, rising like a phoenix from the ashes. With any luck. Go D1. I choose you. Try not to be terrible. It failed. God damn it. Sorry, mate. And let's sneak some damage in. And you guys are dead. Sweet. First kill. Because people always sit up there and I don't know why. Terrible idea. This map is small enough that you get view range on things from everywhere. Trying to block you coming backwards, mate. That M2 light could be problematic. Time will tell, I guess. Yep, need to get through, or want to get through. Need is perhaps slightly strong. Thank you for the little love bump. It is, as ever, appreciated. Oh, god damn it. It was a BT2. And the scoreline is 7-2 already, even though it's less than 2 minutes old, this match. Right, let's try and actually get something done. We want toleration. Screw it. One, I'm pretty sure with this superior hit point pool I can outtrade you, my good man. Oh, 8-8. And oh god, oh no! No! Oh noes! Let's take him out. Ah, botherations, I'm dead. Right, is the stream still working? Ho 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 ho. No, it's not a repeat, Wolf. You're just getting a sense of deja vu because I played this before. You miss Province. Yeah, I kind of miss Province as well, certainly compared to this map. Did I ever manage to review all the original tanks of the German line ending with the Jagdpanzer E100? No, I did not. I'm currently up to... I've unlocked the Ferdinand and the Jagdpanther 2, is where I currently am on that side. I wish Wargaming added the crocodile, even though it was a joke, but Wargaming doesn't care. I don't think it would really work, to be honest. Flamethrowers aren't particularly useful against 50mm of steel. But, if it's lagging for you, try reloading the stream would be my advice. Sometimes YouTube can be a little bit... What's the word I'm looking for? Fun with its streams. Having fun I don't want to know how you're entertaining yourself. I don't want to know at all. Right, no, it was just... It had stopped before. That's just because of the way it bleeding works. because reasons. Long story. Right, let's go for the 1390 again. Yes, if I switch and look at another application, it freezes World of Tanks, unfortunately, which is slightly irritating. But so if I switch back just to quickly look at chat, because I don't have space for 2 monitors at the moment, what I'm going to do, because some people are having problems with the YouTube one, what I'm going to try and do at some point in the future is stream simultaneously on YouTube and Twitch. And those people who have problems with the YouTube one can go and jump on Twitch. That is the plan, I just need to get around to doing it. And coming up with a way to sort out both chats in a vaguely intelligent manner without it being an unwieldy mess. I might wait until I've got 2 monitors, that might make life a bit easier, but we shall see. We shall see. Wee. Wee. Because if it... well, yeah. We'll see. That is sort of the plan. Hopefully it is working at usual quality. I know 1 or 2 people still have problems with it because whilst YouTube streaming is much better than it used to be, it is still far from perfect, it would seem. Oh, I just spotted a litwit. And I got spotted myself. So let's... and the heavy tanks are back there. So let's not be too enthusiastic about this. Whee! Jumanji! By the power of Grayskull. Right, what was around here? There was a lightweight up there. There were obviously heavy tanks down in the valley. AMX 5100 away in the distance, and an LTTB that I don't have the gun elevation to shoot because I'm French. There we go. Managed to nail him in the end. Oh, I got spotted. No, let's be somewhere else. Don't want to get shot. Don't really have the hit points for that. The hurt points? The hurt points. Hit points for that. If you are interested in that line, though, the Jagdpanzer line, like I said, I've got gameplay and reviews and whatnot up to the Jagdpanther so far on the channel. Feel free to go and have butchers. Go and have a look. I will... don't want to get shot. I will get round to buying the 30 and the Jagdpanther 2 at some point. This is a terrible idea, but I'm doing it anyway. I might have done the job. We'll have 1 more. I'm slowly grinding my way up that line. I'm slowly grinding my way up most lines. The only ones I'm really not making much progress on at the moment are both British tank destroyer lines, the Czechoslovakian and the Swedish tech trees. I think every other tank line in the game I have some respectable progress up, even if some of them have kind of stalled a little bit. Like for example, I'm waiting until I've got the... oh god, thanks for that, WZ. Till I've got the Chinese tier 10 heavy tank unlocked, the 113, before playing the WZ-120, the medium, because just module grinding how it, oh god, makes things. There we go, take out the 5100. Got slammed by someone. It might have been the 5100, or it could have been the T10 in the background, I guess. He is hull down. That's probably not the best plan I've ever had. Let's reload the mag. Scorp is gone. I could pop over here and try and nail the lightweight, but I'm worried about that T10 in the background. Damn it, I had an opportunity there. No, not worth it, not worth it, not worth it. I'm just going to get myself in a whole heap of trouble. Just whole kinds and not worth it. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. And our heavies down in the valley are dying. Yay! Fandabby-tastic. Right. If I come back, then as these heavies try and come out of this ravine, I should be able to shaft them in the side. That is the plan. We'll see how well the plan survives contact with the enemy, of course, but that is the plan. Don't really want to overly expose myself. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, really? Come on. You didn't even aim that. You didn't even aim. You just snapshotted that. Straight through the front of my turret with the garbage aiming stats on that gun. Ridiculous. Never mind. Right. That's what I didn't want to happen. Let's be somewhere else. Wait for him to forget about me. No, Lurver, you wanted to keep coming just a little bit further. It's probably because he's got sixth sense and he realised he was spotted and decided not to continue. Ooh, high roll. On his merry way. But we kill the Lurver. I'm wondering if I can be slightly cheeky. Might be a bit risky. Then again, might be entertaining. Hello, Mr. Lurver. And hello, Mr. Defender. And let's be somewhere else. Right. La 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 la. And the defender kills our VK because of course he does, because he's in a defender. Then again, the VK is not exactly the most balanced tank in the world either, but there we go. And oh god, I've got a Skoda shooting me. I need to be somewhere else. Defender is dead. Good. Oh dear. So I have no health remaining. 4 kills, most of them just kill secures, but we'll take it. There's that T10, whilst our full health WZ faces off against him. Borsig, Skoda, Charioteer, RT, T10. Okay. Skoda was last spotted at their base. We need to be careful about that. I can't take another hit from anybody. And RT now's our 112. He presumably got spotted. That's a little concerning. Charioteer over there. I could just swing by north and see if I can do something about that Charioteer. One more shot into the T10 and I can shaft him from behind. I really do want to shaft him from behind. RT's landed a hit. Okay, I'm spotted. Screw it. Is he turning to look this way? Yes. Damn it. Need to be somewhere else. And there goes our... No, our artillery's been taken out by their Charioteer. Why would you do... Oh, it's too... Oh, no, I'm probably going to die here. Come on. Thank you. You could criticise my use of auto-aim there, but I wanted to keep awareness of what was actually going on. I didn't want to have to go into sniper view. Prot versus Charioteer. No idea where El Borsigo is. Whee! El Borsigo is back there. Don't have a good shot, so let's help out the T-28 prototype. If we can, hopefully we can. No idea how much health the Charioteer has. Prototype has the gun depression and the DPM advantage, and the armour advantage. Charioteer has the mobility advantage and a turret. A proper turret that goes all the way around. Skoda is camping base like a boss. Our Charioteer has no health. Excellent, okay. Charioteer is done. Good job, prototype. Okay. We've lost our artillery. They still have theirs. And a Borsig and a Skoda, probably all of whom have got a lot of health remaining. Come on. Missed. Worth a pump. Ooh, might have done some damage there. Excellent. Skoda no longer has all his health remaining. Right. Time to pick on El Borsigo. Missed. No. Probably a bad shot to take, actually. But never mind. Really don't want to get wrecked by that artillery. That would make me sad. Okay. Given how people have been snapshotting me this game. Yeah, well, I'm spotted, okay. It's easily said, isn't it, mate? Oh, crud. No! God damn it! Poo. I was worried about that. He's got the single shotgun. So, this is where you have HE loaded to kill the Borsig, right? Or even the Skoda. Either would do. Just HE loaded, WZ. You don't need to fire AP and risk a bounce. HE will do the job. And you also don't need to risk a shot from the Rheinmetall Borsig going through your lower front plate and ammo racking you. That's a thing you don't need to risk either. Just a HE round to finish off the Skoda. No idea what round that was, but that'll do nicely. You have been spotted. RT is dead. It's just a Borsig. Load the HE and kill him. Wherever he is. Come on, mate. Come on. There he is. Right. That's it. HE, 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 HE. That was actually HE, but go figure. Typical. Oh well. AP would have been 2 shots to kill him anyway. So, come on, Prot. You didn't need to load the HE. Oh, well, he's dead anyway. It's all good. There we are. Oh, dear. What the hell is that? Do you think the German TD line is good for clan wars? I don't do clan wars, so I don't really know. I don't have the Batchat 25T, I'm afraid, James. The closest I could get is the 1390 that I just played. Sorry. Generally speaking, in clan wars, people tend to avoid tank destroyers because they're quite limited, but I could be wrong. Yeah, the I did finish the Foch grind. Centurion Action X, of course I can. I did finish the Foch grind. You are quite right. I just realised there's no blah blah blah. What? Join Mafia Addict. Gosh. Is that right? Should I do that? Are you sure? Really? Well, I never. Never mind. Right. Oh, second class in the end. Hey, we hit some blind shots on the Skoda. Enemy Skoda, he had the single shotgun, he did 1500 damage, sniping from the base like a boss. Yeah, I'll play the Cax. That's fine. Yeah, I finished the Foch grind. I got fed up and used a little bit of gold I had to buy. Well, you could see I had some gold on the account. Used a little bit of it to buy a Mafia Addict playthrough. I think I'm good, thanks. Chipmunk is famous enough to get a spam bot. Yeah, go figure. What was I saying? Yes, I got bored, bought a weaker premium, and burned through the Foch grind in the end. Used a bunch of personal reserves, got through it. If you have a look at my WN8 and win rate statistics, you can, especially in WN8, you can see the exact point I started this blasted French TD grind and the exact point I finished it. It's quite entertaining. Anyway, this is the Centurion Action X, tier 10 British medium tank. Statistically, it's, if you look at kind of how it performs relative to the others in terms of damage and all that, this thing is at best deeply mediocre. It's one of my favourite tanks in the game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's particularly fantastic, of course. But I do like it. So, we are here on Windstorm. Fantastic. We've got the medium tank advantage, they've got the heavy tank advantage, there's a few TDs, some light tanks on each team. No artillery, however, which is interesting. Okay. And our heavy tank. What are you doing there? Come on, T49, make my day. Pretty please. Go on. Go on. Go on. Just do it. Do it now. There we go. No, don't do it in Huggies. Don't really want to risk. I don't know what gun he's using, and I don't really want to risk taking a derp shell to the face. That would make me a rather sad panda. They are probably going to win that flank, and we're going to have to start turning around and shooting heavy tanks in the flank, which is fine. I don't mind shooting heavy tanks in the flank. It's just slightly irritating that our heavy tanks are... I don't know what they're doing. I'm going to be brutally honest. Tortoise, it's not like you have a dirty, great big weak spot that everyone knows and everyone can shoot. Oh! Wait, no, wrong tank. A bit like the Foch, really, isn't it? Oh, how did I bounce on the front of him? Actually, I should be loading HE with only 2 hit points remaining. I want my money back on that shell. Oh, apparently my HE didn't do anything to the Torty, and I took an AT-15 shell to the face. Fantastic. Go figure. Right, Tortoise is down. That just leaves this AT-15, who also has pretty unpleasant frontal weak spots, but his frontal armour isn't that impressive anyway in a tier 10 match, to be fair to him. Neither really is the Tortoise's. Cheers, WZ. Much appreciated. We didn't need to shoot him anyway. Right, IS-3 has broken through. IS-3 is perhaps wishing he hadn't bothered to break through. It's okay, because magic Soviet side armour saves his bottom. See if I can trap that IS-7 in place. No, but I can damage him. That was not a penetration I was expecting. Okay, that one trapped him. Come on, people, shoot him. Shoot him. I'm just going to have to do all this myself. Magic Soviet side armour is magic. There we go. Has he got cover? Yeah, he has. That's slightly irritating. Right, T10. Whoa! Ooh, he got deleted. 110. Nah, it was never going to work. The angle's terrible there. IS-3. That's a rather optimistic IS-3, and the IS-7 is back there. Okay. We have a plan. Oh, the IS-3 is dead. Never mind, our plan has just changed. We still have a plan. A very cunning plan, my lord. In Baldric's absence, I feel I should fill in the gap. No, that is not a penetrating shot. Ah, that one didn't even hit. Let's get a better angle. Oh, T125. Okay. That's a slight...
Hydraulics are down. We have to hand crank the turret.
Fine. Screw it. I'm not just sitting up there and dueling heavy tanks at point blank range. Let's go over here. What can we find over yonder? Yay! We can find Swedish tank destroyers. Woo! You have no idea how happy I am to hear that. Right, how's this 110 doing? What's up, pussycat? Whoa, whoa, whoa. What's up, pussycat? Whoa, whoa, whoa. My armor's so good. Oh, bother. And that one missed, because of course it did. Why would I want that to penetrate? And now I'm ammo racked, and now you're seeing the problems with the Centurion Action X. It's not particularly good. And now I'm even getting shafted in the bum. I'm not actually hitting these shots because they killed our light tank. How... Oh. Problem with the Centurion is it's not very good. I like it, but it's really... It can only do one thing, and that is be hull down, Ridgeline Warrior, and even then you get frustrated by the kind of dubious gun aiming stats. It is one of the worst tier 10 medium tanks, unfortunately. But there we go, never mind. That was the Centurion Action X. Sorry I couldn't do it a bit more justice. Ended up doing around about 3,000 damage before I thought my flank was secure. I thought those tank destroyers were being dealt with, but apparently I overestimated the ability of my team. Which is a common problem, but there we go. The war game is planning to have British Super Heavies in an upcoming patch. Okay, so I mentioned this earlier on. I'll say it again, that's fine. TD is called Hide and Chipmunk. I'm pretty sure I put AHE round into him. I meant to. Right, so I don't tend to go on the test server, no. Right. So, what are they doing to the British tanks? Okay, this is not coming in the next patch. This is currently stuff that is on the, I think it's still on the super test server, if memory serves. So, and bearing in mind, this is A, all subject to change, and B, some of what I'm going to tell you is rumours. They're doing a couple of different things. Firstly, British tank destroyer line leading up to the FV 4005. One, they're reworking the 32-pounder gun. That's the gun that you get. It's the stock gun on the Tortoise, it's the gun on the Churchill gun carrier, and a few other tanks. They're giving it 280 alpha damage, and they might be doing some other bits to it. So that's 250 to 280. They're also giving it to the Challenger. So the Challenger will have a 32-pounder gun, a punchier gun, essentially. They're not doing anything to the Charioteer, to the best of my knowledge. The Conway, they're giving another gun. I'm not sure if it will keep the 120mm, but they're giving a bigger gun. I think it's like 600 alpha, something like that. They're giving it a bigger gun, so you'll have more alpha damage. They might also be buffing the gun depression on it. I can't exactly remember. The FV 4005 is getting an assortment of buffs, including buffed gun depression, because at the moment the thing is trash. So that's the British tank destroyers. British medium tanks, the Centurion turrets are being buffed to actually have some armour again, which will be nice. So that will affect the Centurion 1, the Centurion 7, and I believe the Carnarvon, because I believe they are going back to the Centurion turret on the Carnarvon rather than the Centurion Action X turret, if that makes sense. The Carnarvon, they are also giving the 32-pounder as a gun, again 280 alpha damage, then buffing the armour, nerfing the mobility, giving it the 32-pounder, and giving it 2,800 DPM, which for a tier 8 tank is mental. So that will be interesting. The Conqueror. They are... Oh, we ended up losing that Centurion game. Because of course we did. That 110 ended up having a really nice game. Well done to him. Just consistently better. Frustrating, but there we go. That was the Centurion Action X. Anyway, the Conqueror, they're nerfing the mobility. They're nerfing the gun handling and DPM. They're buffing the armor on this thing, so giving it some more turret armor and I believe some more hull armor. Then you get to the tier 10. Now, there has been a Super Conqueror sighted on the Super Test server. The model isn't finished yet, but that's basically, and this is a historical project, this was a proposal. It's the Conqueror with some spaced armor slapped on the front of the turret and the hull. Think it would be to the Conqueror like the Super Pershing is to the Pershing. Okay, it's that sort of idea. And from what I've heard, the idea is that that would then come in and replace the FV215B at tier 10. The FV, the rumour is they would Fochify it. So those people who own the 215B would get the 215B back as a reward tank, and they would get and their crew for the 215B would be moved to the Super Conqueror, and then the Super Conqueror would be the standard tier 10 unlockable heavy tank for the British, and the FV215B would no longer be a tank you can unlock. I don't know what they're doing with the Chieftain, if anything. So that is everything I have heard. Yeah. Do a Stug 3 play for the Wehrmacht. I don't think I currently have... I don't think I can at the minute. Let's have a look. So that was Centurion Action X. Sorry, as I say, that we kind of fell apart a little bit at the end. It was kind of annoying, but the Centurion needs a bit of love, I'll be honest. I like it, but it does need some love. So, you were talking about German tank destroyers, weren't you? I don't currently have the Stug 3. Sorry about that. I do have the Stug 4. So let's jump in the Stug 4 instead, by way of compensation. I bought the Stug 3 back, I aced it, I sold it. It was, oh wait, no. No, that's just the flat Panzer. There we go, Stug 4 then. And let's see how this goes. They are going to Foch the 215B and then Foch the Super Conqueror with the Chieftain. I don't think the Super Conqueror would get Foched to the Chieftain, if that makes sense. And we got another request for the CGC, fair enough. Fochify, it's like Spotify, but you can hear it screaming. Nice. The thing with the FV215B that we have in the tech tree, the tier 10 British heavy tank, is that it is a complete wargaming fabrication. It's made up. Never existed. There was an FV215B proposal. It got to the stage of being a wooden mock-up. It mounted a 183mm naval gun. We have it in the game as the British tier 10 tank destroyer. The 120mm armed FV215B is a complete work of fiction from wargaming. The Super Conqueror, however, was a proposal that was put forward. In fact, given that it was a proposal put forward, and it's not... Well, maybe they just didn't have the details, but given that it... I'm not really sure why Wargaming decided to create a tank and invent it, but whatever. Whatever. It is what it is. So I don't think they'd get rid of the Super Conqueror in the same way, but, you know, time would tell. So this is the Stug 4. This is the first personal mission reward tank. It is a Panzer IV with a 75mm gun poking out the front. That's pretty much it. It is not a particularly good machine, but it does get limited matchmaking. The Stug 3, which was actually the tank that was requested... If you've been artilleried once, move. If you've been artilleried twice, definitely move. Don't sit there to be artilleried a third time. Why would you do that, Crusader? All you're doing now is being in my way. The regular tier 5, the Stug 3G, is a pretty decent tier 5 tank destroyer, even if its ammunition is a bit limited in supply. I played it with the 75mm gun. You could play it with the 105 Derp as well if you wanted to. The choice is kind of yours. Is this BDR just going to drive straight down here? If it is, that's hilarious. Come on, BDR. No one's going to hurt you. Promise. Promises. Much loves. Oh, it's a stock BDR as well. Oh, you poor swine. Commiserations. I am so sorry for you. Well, I've done that grind. Stock BDR is more than a bit poo. So my commiserations go out to you, mate. When you get the top gun on it, that gun hits hard. The tank still has its problems, but and I didn't actually like the gun when I started playing it, but the gun does, for all its sins, the gun does at least hit hard. Trying to find shots on this fellow that are going to be effective. There we go. Would really help if my gun would do what I wanted it to do. This team appears to not necessarily be so hot, but we shall see. There goes our T-34-85M. 1 and 2 lines are, in my opinion, the most important on this map, but this thing is not an assault gun. Not in-game, anyway. So, you want to be a little bit careful about how you approach things like that in a pretty flimsy TD. One through the side of your turret. Also, we're effectively bottom tier because this thing gets limited matchmaking, and this is a tier 6 match. This is the worst matchmaking the Stug 4 will see. Well, we've done more damage than we have hit points, so we've pulled our weight in that sense. Unfortunately, it looks like the team is a bit rubbish, and they're going to keep pushing on straight into a Churchill with a bunch of mediums in the Abbey able to shoot back into their own base if necessary, which is a terrible plan, but hey, since when did it being a bad idea ever stop people doing it in this game? Or any other game. It's not just this game. People in general are pretty awful. There we go. Artillery nailed those two. It's 4-10. There's just the 5 of us remaining. I'm not expecting great things from the T-34-85, though I'd be happy to be proven wrong. Take out the T-40. Have I just been spotted? Take out the Sherman there. There's another Sherman over here. Hide from artillery. Ooh! T-30... Oh! T-34-85 did a thing, and then I got splashed by arty. But the thing that always amuses me is you get kind of unicums complain about artillery, but artillery in the lower tiers is so much more powerful. And generally speaking, your typical unicum doesn't play the lower tiers. They play tier 8, 9 and 10, for example. And I can understand why, but artillery's even worse there because they'll hit you and they'll have the alpha damage to one-shot you with damage to spare. There goes the artillery. Have to kill this M4, otherwise it's all going to go Pete-tong anyway. That T-34-85 might have shots into my rear. I'm just going to have to deal with it if that's the case. Didn't have the reload there, which is a bit of a shame. Probably going to get artilleried here. Or T-34-85'd. But I have to give something a go. It was artillery. And he's probably... Is his gun loaded? Oh, and he's dead. Oh no, T-34-85. No, no. Oh, he's bounced. He has bounced, and I missed. Oh dear. He's bounced again. And, oh, we make the kill. Let's be somewhere else. Oh god, they're all dead and I'm the only one left. Ah, bugger. Well, that's slightly irritating. Yeah, screw off artillery. Yes, well, that's lovely. But that route doesn't give me much space to maneuver, and I've got 11 health. What? Oh, well, the other artillery's going to be aiming at me, but I don't really have a huge amount of choice here. Oh, he's behind a thing. I am so screwed. Missed. And good night, sweet prince. There we go. I gave it my best, guys. I gave it my best. Couldn't quite make it stick. There we go. A win, and that probably would have been my ace tanker in that blasted machine, but it wasn't a win because my team sucked. So it is what it is. 1,359 damage. Don't think we fired any APCR, but I'm sure you'll correct me if I'm wrong. 5 kills. The enemy artillery just nuked everything. Essentially, was the difference between the two teams. Alas, there we go. Never mind. That was the Stug 4. And someone has asked for the CGC again, haven't they? Oh dear. Oh dear. People request the CGC because they know that it's terrible and I hate it and they like me to be in pain. Given the Chinese TD line, I can't see historical accuracy being a factor in the Conqueror anymore. On the one hand, I see what you mean. On the other hand, I don't remember Wargaming ever removing a regular tank from the tech tree that had some sort of historical basis. Tier 10 Waffle Thrower, complete work of fiction. The KV... No. FV215B, complete work of fiction. The Stug 3 is better, but the Stug 4 gets limited matchmaking. So, yeah. Go figure. It's kind of sad that RT never gets support or cover, allowing them to die due to I know. C'est la vie. And hello Trilloc, you missed the stream dying earlier on, so it's probably not a bad time to join. Someone was requesting, of course, CGC, so let's jump into that once again. You guys are going to be really sad when I eventually ace this thing and sell it, aren't you? Pew! There we go. I don't have the Stug 3G, sorry Trilloc. I was playing the Stug 4 because someone requested the Stug 3 and I don't have it. So I played the Stug 4 instead. I can play another German TD if you would like. I have plenty of those, a lot of them are premiums. I think I've got the Flat Panzer, I kept the Flat Panzer because it's fun. Almost kept the Jagdpanther. It's a good machine, but decided against it in the end. And need to purchase the Ferdinand and the Jagdpanther 2 at some point, but they're not at the top of my list of things to buy. At the moment, with regard to credits, I'm just saving them up and seeing if I can get a free tank out of it again. Because, as you've only just joined us, the rumour is they're Fochifying the FV215B, the British Tier 10 Heavy, and I've already got that unlocked, so might get around to buying it at some point. I usually try and buy tanks when they're discounted, unless there's a reason not to. So I got for example, my first Tier 10, the Patton, I got at a discount. I didn't get the British Tier 10, the CAX, at a discount. When I bought it, it was the FV4202, and they pulled the kind of trick with that, and they made the 4202 a premium if you owned it, blah 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 blah. So I bought the 4202. I've got the mouse, can't remember if I bought that at a discount or not. And now, of course, I've got the Foch, which I like more than I expected to, given that it hasn't been buffed yet. But you notice the lack of mobility compared to the previous tanks in the line. They nerfed the mobility on the thing back in the day when it was considered a bit OP, and you really notice the difference. It's kind of sluggish, which is a bit of a shame. Come on, VK. No, Panther. You want some? Nah, you're the other side of a hill. Ugh. I'll have this game and then I'll go and get a beer, and we'll see how the rest of things perform. Oh, is there only one left? Oh, it's yours, is it? Oh, I guess I won't go and get a beer then. I can have a woo-woo, that's true. I might get myself a woo-woo. Oh, for God's sake. I'm not your servant. Anyway. Right, A43 and Panther. No, I'm not a skivvy. Certainly not yours. Right. Don't mind us. We're just having a domestic. It is a domestic. We'll have a domestic about whether or not it's a domestic. All right. Thank you. Language. I don't care. I can hear you, and that's the most important thing. Ew! I set him on fire! Woo! Churchill, gun carrier, OP. Makes fires happen on demand. Ew! One more shot to kill him. T29 needs rebalancing. Yes! No one messes with the Churchill game carrier. Right, damn it. I've probably been spotted and I'm probably about to get artilleried. Or tank destroyed, or just bad things are likely going to happen. Oh, damn it, I only tracked him. May you live in interesting times. Well, let's see if I can perma-track him. He put one into me, which makes me say he's put more than one into me. No, well, he's dead. I win the special prize! Yay! 6-4 is the scoreline. How's base looking? Oh, they're going to kill the Oni and the S-35CA, and then they're going to go into our base. So, let's get going back there, because this thing is so painfully slow that you, yeah, need to head back sooner rather than later. We've done over 1,000 damage so far, which is nice. Including a fire on a T-29. Always good. Panzer IV has been spotted. Panzer IV? Come on, 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 pew! Oh. No fair. Oh, flat pans. No, no, they have killed everything in the town. If they get into our base, we're hosed. Let's focus on what it is I'm doing. Shut up. I'm not dying. Well, we're all dying if you want to take a, you know, kind of nihilistic view of it. We're all dying. Way to kill the mood. Loki, you suck. The mood is perpetually dying. The mood is nihilistic. Okay. For anyone who's a fan of philosophers out there, or philosophy in any way, there's a famous quote from Nietzsche saying God is dead. Now that quote is taken out of context, but a lot of people like re-quoting it. I loved a little cartoon strip that someone created. God is dead, Nietzsche. Some years later, Nietzsche is dead, God. I just thought that was beautiful. Can I, no, I can't rebalance the house. Oh, that makes me sad. Right. Are these guys... Oh! Target sighted. Oh. Oh. That's a bit of a problem. This thing has such a giant forehead. Oh, there we go. I'm dead. Churchill gun carrier. Yeah. Oh. So painful. So painful. Never mind. Right. I'm going to go and get myself another drink. I shall be back shortly. Well, it's nice to know my team were just as good as the tank I was driving, eh? Oh yeah! What about damage? We finished second on damage. Only just. We were almost first, which is kind of depressing. Never mind. Right, that was the Churchill gun carrier once again. So we'll scrub that off. Anything interesting that I have missed? Dip, 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 dip. It's funny how RT were put into the game to counter heavies, but when Wargaming nerfed the damage to Oblivion, they basically made it impossible for them to damage anything more than 50mm of armour. The thing with artillery... Oh, not again. Why does it say that the stream is offline? Okay, it seems once again, I don't know. It's still online for you? Oh, you can still hear me? Oh. Okay. That's weird. Alright, nuts to it. As long as you guys can still hear and see and all that jazz, then it's fine. It's just... I keep tabs on it in a Chrome browser, it's just died for me. So I can only see chat. Fine, nuts to it, that'll do. Let's play something slightly different. What do I feel like? Let's go for... I don't know. Panther 2. There we go. No, it's working. So the stream is now working for me. It just tells me it's offline while it's working. Go figure. So the lines that I've completed, just as you were asking, the lines I've completed are British medium, American medium, the German mouse line, the French Foch line. They are the 4 lines that I have at this point completed. Oh, and kind of the British heavy line. I've unlocked the tier 10, but I've not bought it. So they're the ones I've completed. Oh god, I'd forgotten I had a female crew in this thing. Oh, the voice actors. Oh dear. Right. Tier 10 match. No, they're just weird. Not butch, just a bit funky. This lady, for example, is quite shrill. German lady, and yeah, quite shrill. That's probably the best way of putting it. So this is the Panther 2. I really liked the Panther 1 enough to keep it. Loads of people don't, but I do. Go figure. I understand why they don't. I just enjoyed it. Panther 2 is alright. Don't think I'm going to keep it, but it's okay. No, we do have some light tanks, but they don't appear to be interested in spotting things, so meh. Well, no, they're alive. Then again, to be fair, I mean, he managed to spot the TVP, even if it did cost him all his friggin' health. And I don't want to go into that town and brawl with a Type 5 heavy and an M103 and a, well, you get the point. And our VK T57 heavy platoon are pushing through the valley because they are fools. Charge of the Light Brigade again, fellas. Charge of the Light Brigade. Put some damage on this bat chat. And watch our team collapse because our top tiers are going to stupid places. Our T57 platoon, they do suck. Ah, well. C'est la vie. You win some, you lose some more, you lose additional ones. Right, there's a shot into the bat chat. Well, I guess there is that. Loki was saying the more they lose, the more likely they are to quit the game. But then again, I've seen people with like 44% win rate and thousands upon thousands of battles played. So I am unfortunately not convinced how entirely accurate that might be. I can be hopeful that is true, but there we go. Right. I try not to be that. Yeah, it was worth a punt. Well, so far the scoreline is 3-1, which is nice. Not due to our wonderful people in the valley, of course, but you know, we'll take what minor victories we can. We've done over 1100 damage. We're bottom tier. That's not too bad. Where their Type 5 heavy is also in the valley. This is the Battle of the Tards. Excellent! Alright, well maybe we will go toward the town, sort of, ish, give or take. This guy pokes out a little bit. I can nail him in the side of the turret. Damn, missed the opportunity to shoot the leopard, but then again, if he's going to pull that again, nah, doesn't look like it. That chat's behind a rock. M103 isn't interested in coming out. He really should come out of the closet, you're right. TVP is just hanging. M103 is getting a little bit shot up, which is nice. I mean, so far we've lost a Lerva in exchange for a Batchat, Pattern, Prototype, and the Udas. So that's a pretty nice trade. You have to be really careful about that Batchat. I really don't want him spotting me. Oh, sorry, Mr. Udes, my apologies. M103 is done. That's a third of their team dead. We just lost our VK. Pew! We got a kill! Yay! Ah, he's too low. That's a shame. Oh, well, never mind. Looks like we're actually going to win this, but you'll see how far that valley push has progressed, right? It hasn't. This is why you shouldn't go to the valley on this map. Basically, the heavy tanks from both teams drove down the valley, battered heads, achieved nothing, and left it to the rest of the teams to win/lose. Kill the TVP. Oh god, it's a Nudes. Yeah, ouchies. He's dead. There'll be a T-30 somewhere. Oh, speaking of the T-30, boo. Hello! Sorry about that. Oh, good lord. That time it was a completely separate issue. My internet died. Because of course it did. Right. Okay. Jeez Louise. God. Right, how did that game actually go? It probably won't show me because it all went hideously wrong. Nope, can't see the battle results. There we go, c'est la vie. What did it look like? Third class mastery, we might have died, I've no idea. Okay, I'm going to forgo platooning because it appears everything at the moment that can possibly go wrong is going wrong. So we'll see how it holds out. God. Well, I thought I was drinking woo-woo, but what do I know? If anyone's got anything to request, please do say what it is you would like to see. Let me pop another reserve. We'll see if it lasts. Boop. Yeah, pretty much. Let's go for a credit one, and let's go for a crew XP. There we go. Good lord. Let's go for something a bit different. I don't think I've played a heavy tank yet tonight. Let's play a heavy tank. What do we feel like playing? Well, I don't feel like playing it, but let's play the IS-2 anyway. Right. Morning, Hash, little Gruber. Right, a tier 1, I can try to play a tier 1. The problem with playing a tier 1 is that, yeah, that generally doesn't let me play a tier 1. The queue times are horrendous. I'm not playing the T29 with the stock gun because I don't actually have that much punishment that I want for myself, and I can play the TOG. Sure. Yeah, basically I'm not really allowed to play tier 1 matches because the what servers go, but you've got more than 3,000 games played. I'm gonna keep you in a queue for 5 minutes and then kick you out. Essentially, that's the newbie protection in action. Where am I going? I'm top tier. Yay! I'm on this map. How many mediums have we got? Many. If I go this way, I'm gonna run into an Oni, and I'm gonna need gun depression whatever I do. So let's go this way anyway. Screw it. Nah, let's go over here. I'm being incredibly indecisive, and this M4 Sherman appears to be my shadow. Okay, I have a little buddy. Come on, little buddy. I have a Klingon, yeah. Come on, little buddy. Let's do this. If I run into the Oni, I'm just gonna fire premium at him because he's got 170 odd millimeters of frontal armor, and my AP rounds aren't good enough. And that's how Wargaming designed those tanks, because reasons. Oni is coming this way, surprising absolutely nobody ever. We've got myself, T150, a rather optimistic tier 5, that's a rock. Medium tank, and that's it. No, 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 no. Not happening. Nope. Nope. Nope, no, no, no. Nope. Not worth it. Fine, I'll go the other way. God, this has been uninspiring, hasn't it? So, we'll have this game, then I will try to play a tier 1. The only tier 1 I currently own is the Like Tractor. I'll give it a go. The reason, the queue times are the reason that I've given up trying to get ace tankers in tier 1s, because I'll just be put into a queue for 5 minutes, and 50% of the time I might find a match, and the other 50% of the time I might just be booted out. So I'm not bothering to ace tier 1s anymore. No point. I'm not wasting that much time just sitting in a queue. Right, the IS-2. This is the Chinese tier 7 heavy tank. It's basically an IS. There we go. I have a review of this. I have a review of the IS as well. They're essentially the same tank. The IS that we have as the Soviet tier 7 heavy tank is actually an amalgamation of the historical IS and IS-2 designs. So, it's the same thing. There are some small minor differences, but it's another Chinese copy-pasta. Including this horrible, 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 horrible gun. Ugh. Pew! Well, it was a low damage roll, but I hit him, so I'm not going to complain too much about it. Let's go down here. This isn't going to be a particularly spectacular game, but oh, he's dead. Okay, let's go through here, and then we're probably going to have to head back and defend our base from the onrushing storm. Well, a Jagdpanther and an Oni, but I just wanted to make it sound a bit more dramatic. The onrushing storm. And our AMX-12T is fine. Okay, for some reason I thought he'd done goofed. Surprise! It's me! Hello. Hurts, doesn't it? Hello, Mr. Tier 5 Churchill. Would you like to be rebalanced? Pew! That probably hit. Wonder if he's moved. Artillery ammo racked him. Never mind. If I could turn back time, doo-doo-doo. No. No. Nah, flubbed. You bounced. Aiming stats on this gun are pretty terrible, in case you hadn't noticed, by the way. In case it had escaped your attention. And they designed the Japanese heavies to have impenetrable turret sides, because why wouldn't you design a tank like that, eh? Never mind, he's dead, I'm not. It's all groovy. It's just artillery, this Jagdpanther, and then the OI remaining. This has been a bit of a smash and grab, which is a shame, because I went the other way, but never mind. Never mind, he's dead. Let's find the OI and shoot him then. Well, I know where the OI is, let's hopefully shoot him. No! Wait, that's the artillery. Whoever, I don't care, just give me something to shoot at. There's the OI. There goes half his health. This tank is also getting changed at some point, which will be nice. It's losing some of the bum armour, because at the moment the rear armour is a bit ridiculous. The tank is a bit ridiculous, if we're going to be brutally honest, but... Oh, come back! God damn it. Never mind. Yeah, but it's not just buying the tank. I'd have to put a crew in it. I don't have a Carnarvon. The closest I can do is play the Conqueror. I got rid of the Carnarvon. Oh no, actually no. Well, I could play the Conqueror or the A45. I leave that up to you, Wolf. Yeah, apparently I did get hit by those rounds. Make a second account just for tier 1. I do have a second account that I could do that with, but I don't really have a desire to play the account anymore. Oh, I can see this one coming. Let's see. M56 Scorp. M103. You do like your American tanks, don't you? Jackson. Can't play the T67. IS3. Object 704. Swedish SPG with 19 rounds in one go. No thanks. Right, A45, it's on the maybe list. Okay, that's fine. So, next is... well, that was a tier 1. It's fine. I will attempt to play a tier 1. Oh, I've got some personal reserves for completing something or other. Okay, let's see how this works out. Tier 1. Bearing in mind the T1 Cunningham got changed, so it no longer has the little 20mm Hispano autocannon of death. It's probably worth mentioning to those people who are asking for the T1 Cunningham. Go away. Make it rain, they said. It will miss, they said. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of lower tier games because they are just a cluster. It's just... Oh, we got a match. We found a match. Oh my lord. Okay. Yeah, it's just, yeah, messy. So this is my LOL tractor. It's a bit outdated now. I really had it set up to play back when they still had maps like Province in the game. And you could get mines and whatnot, so I'm using the single shotgun here. Haven't changed it because I haven't played it in friggin' ages. But let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do to all these little tier 1s. And if anyone accuses me of seal clubbing, it's your fault. I'm not taking responsibility for it. It's your fault. Next on the list, by the way, is the T29, but I appreciate the person who requested it wanted it with the stock gun, and I'm not going to play it with the stock gun. So, if you still want it, let us know. If you don't, also let us know. If I don't hear anything, I'll play it as I've got it. It's the T29, then the TOG, then the A45. Campy, 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 camp. Campy, camp. Campity, camp, 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 camp. Not the best map for it, but at least it's not Mittengard, so I'm not going to complain too much. Nah, I probably shouldn't have gotten rid of that rack. It was just in case I needed the firing angle, line of sight, whatever. Nope. Okay. Ooh, I spotted an MS-1. Deal with this guy. That guy successfully dealt with, although I took some damage in the process, so I've got 40 health remaining. Yay! Ah, tier 1s. Gotta love them, eh? The lower tiers in this game are hideously broken. Unfortunately. Like tractor versus like tractor. This will probably end badly, but whatever. Oh, he's not even looking this way. Okay. That made him move. The other thing about the T1 Cunningham with that 20mm Hispano cannon, and probably the reason it got removed, was because it was hideously overpowered. Get rid of that pillar, it's annoying me. Get rid of that bit of masonry. And if he pokes out again, I should be able to kill him, but he might kill me with a slightly high damage roll if I poke out again. As it is, he does it first. Right, there we go. Second kill. La 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 la. Do 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 do. No, no shot up there. I know it's not Christmas, but I don't care. It's over here. I'm probably going to run into that STRV and he's going to murder me with his little autocannon. God, I hate autocannons so much. See if there's anyone over here. Haven't found anyone so far. Oh, there he is. Oh dear, this is a closer range than I would have liked. Which way is he looking? My way. Fine. Well, this is gonna suck. Do 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 do. Probably going to die for this, but I'll give it a shot. Oh dear. Oh, there we go. Hurrah! Do, 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 do. There we go. Tier 1 match in the Like Tractor. Second class mastery. Finished second on our team. First by damage done. Cool. There we go. That was a little tier 1. Right, next up on paper we have the T29. My tendencies are mostly American, Russian, German, British. Yeah, that's fine. A wild match has appeared. Be careful so you don't run out of... Yeah, I know. Object 416. Sure, I can play the 416. Recently put a review out of that if you're interested in it. Unfortunately, your dag pulled internet plug out with the Hoover. Okay. I can play the VK. Sure. 4503. Yep. No, I managed to find a game with the tier 1, James. Just managed to find a game, and we managed to bounce them by side scraping. Yay! Oh god, that's terrible, Mac. Go to What Labs on the What Asia website and look up the LOL Tractor stats of Simply Karen. Oh dear. Okay, I'll bear that in mind. Probably going to be insane. Like the guy who used to play... He was basically an M3 master. I think he had something like an 82% win rate in the M3 Lee or something silly like that. Next up, we've got the T29, the ever so balanced Tier 7 American heavy tank. Here we go. Pew! T29 for the win. Tier 8 match. Is there any artillery? There are 2, so I can't do the cheeky thing I occasionally do in this thing. Ah, it's the wrong spawn anyway. Alright, fair enough. If there's no artillery and you spawn in the north, you can come up to the central ridge line around about E8, say, poke your turret front just over that central ridge and just shoot people. And farm your way. I think last time I did that, farmed my way to like 4,500 damage in an ace tanker. It was quite funny. It's just farming them. Right, T29, what makes this thing special? Turret front of the gods. Hull armor that's decent enough. It's kind of sluggish, decent gun. For my money, this is easily the best Tier 7 heavy tank. It's kind of a Tier 7.5 tank, I think. When you get up to Tier 8, the T32, it's basically the same thing but with more health. There are other small differences, but it's essentially the same tank with more health, and it makes a perfectly acceptable Tier 8. So, I think this is kind of a Tier 7.5 tank. Initially, I'm going to go behind a window and go hull down, hopefully, and see if I can mess them up. If it turns out that isn't really getting us anywhere, then I'll go and do something more interesting. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba. That wasn't quite what I meant. Meant I'll go somewhere else. Gun's kind of inaccurate, but it was good enough to hit that shot. Oh, I didn't know I could shoot through here. That's a bit broken. No, I can't shoot through here. It just... Wargaming's dubious doing their thing. Went into his tracks. Like I said, the gun isn't that accurate, but we're picking up assistance damage anyway. So far no one's even hit me, let alone bounced on me, which is kind of entertaining. Don't think anyone's really going to risk that anymore, so let's relocate. Field is looking a little dicey, so we need to bear that in mind. There's a very good chance we're going to have to head back to base and possibly show them how it's done. Ba-doing! Ah, yay! Artillery! Everyone's favourites. Let's not take another round from those guys, because that includes a KV-2. And KV-2s are made of pain. Don't really want to get artilleried here again. But I also, speaking of getting artilleried again, okay, we made it across here. Those guys have all died, so let's just go and tackle. Okay, deal with these fellas. 5-2 up. This looks like it's going to be a fairly straightforward match. The biggest threat to the T-29 is probably artillery, because it does like to go hull down and stay in one place. By IS, really don't want to be nuked by artillery. I say nuked, I know they don't have the alpha damage anymore, but even so, I don't want to have to deal with artillery. They're still holding them on the field, okay. We do need to be careful here. A decent spotter backed up by a TD or two, or not even a TD, just someone who's capable of pointing the gun and shooting could be problematic here. Let's do something about the Crusader. Tracked him in place as well, apparently. Anyone going to kill this guy? There we go. 3 of them left. TVP, Tiger 1 and T-43. Looks like this isn't going to be a particularly spectacular game in the T-29, but should be a win. And I will take a win any day of the week. And at this point we can just cap this out to win if we want. If our KV-85 wants to go and play Scout, he can, that's fine. That was pretty predictable, I'll be honest. Aha! Yeah, that one missed. I probably should have aimed at the Tiger. Nope, didn't really have much to shoot out of the Tiger, to be fair. I guess I shouldn't have just aimed at the Tiger then. There we go, take out the TVP. Oh, okay, now I'm happy to leave the base, but I think I'm going to accidentally cap anyway. Yep, we capped. Oh well, never mind. Went for the shot. 1500 damage, nothing too special for a tier 7, but it was a win. I'll take it. 3rd class mastery, sure, it's fine. Finished 5th on our team, and 3rd by damage done. Okay, not too horrific. That was the Tier 7 American heavy tank, the T-29. T7 Wombat car, okay, T7, I'll put it on the list. We'll see if we get around to it. What medium would you say is more sniper-like, the Russians or the Germans? The Russians are generic all-round medium tanks. Yeah, the T1 Cunningham is stupid. Absolutely stupid tank. No, I'm afraid I don't speak Cyrillic, so can't answer that. Right, so Tog is up next. The mighty Tog. Ciao, ciao. So let's jump into heavy tanks, and it's British. Here is the Tog. Hurrah! HMS Princess. It's the only tank that I have put a camo on. See, Princess, Princess. I wasn't making this up. This is HMS Princess. Away she goes. Setting sail. Preparing to pwn their asses. Possibly. We'll see. You can't buy this tank anymore, which is a massive shame because it's a fun tank. It's not very good, but it's so stupid. I can't possibly take it seriously, and I can't possibly do anything other than have a good time, but I'm slightly worried about those two OIs. Although, KV-2s are more dangerous. But Chip, what are you talking about? The OI actually has armour. That is true. But the derp gun on the KV-2 firing regular HE rounds has enough penetration to go through the front of this tank. The OI doesn't have as much pen. Still a dubious matchup. I don't like fighting OIs in this thing, but you know. We'll see how it goes. So this is, with the buffs to the T95, this is the slowest tank in the game. It's also the longest tank in the game. It's one of the heaviest tank in the games, and it's one of the most stupid tanks in the game. How did you guess? There we go. That's it. That's the speed limit. Done. For anyone who doesn't know, the Slug does 14 kilometers an hour. It does 14 kilometers an hour wherever it goes, to be fair. I mean, you could drop this thing out of a plane and it would do 14 kilometers an hour. And contrary to popular belief, the soft stats on this gun are actually garbage. The only reason they feel so good is because you are going so slowly that they make very little difference. So it's basically as accurate firing on the move as it is stationary, pretty much. Tog stops for no one. A lot of people play these things in platoons, or when they were more popular, platoons of 3 Togs, which is quite funny. Then the enemy has quite a lot of health to try and chip through. 4,200. No, that's a lie. 3,200 health. No, I was right the first time. 4,200. Sorry. Being a bit of a... no, there are the OIs. Okay, we're not going to be here. We're going to go somewhere else. However... Let's go. Oh, the Cromwell's gone around the sides. Really want that OI to have fired. Hey, we put damage into the OI. That'll do. I'm spotted. Artillery's probably going to take interest in me, but I have a super heavy spall liner for just such an occasion. KV-85, I care much less about him. Oh, no. No! Oh, it looks like he's done goofed. Oh, he's got the big gun. Well, hopefully you don't... Ow. He was firing AP. Okay, he's down. Yeah, the OI was firing AP. Fair enough to him, I guess. He gets the penetration, unfortunately. Also, the armour on this tank is trash, by the way. You just soak things with your hit point pool. That's how this tank works. It's not a high skill cap tank or anything like that. It's not a clever tank. How did that one miss? You know that artillery I said I was going to get pummeled by? Yeah. Okay, I am backing off, hoping that artillery is distracted enough to not shoot me anymore. This is not going to be the most glorious TOG game in the world because we didn't have the matchmaking for it. If you want glorious TOG games, you don't want the KV-85s to have 122 guns, you don't want to find K2s or OIs or anything like that. You don't want anything with big alpha damage. You want something that has to sit there and take it to the face like a man. And then you want to giggle because you have more health points than they can ever deal with. That's how the TOG works. But anyway, let's keep pushing forwards. We're going to push forwards. Meow. We're going to push forwards. Oh, I did an inverse Sean Connery. I need more woo-woo. We'll go and get some then. I forgot to... I was actually going to go and get you one and then I forgot. Sorry. Pretty much anything can kill me if it sneezes at me at this point. I'm not going to do any spotting. We're 7-9 down, which is a bit dubious, and that Cromwell appears to be coming to eat our artillery. Right, heading back. If I were in most other tier 6 heavy tanks... Woo, he got deleted, but then BK's going to get wrecked. If I were in most other tier 6 heavy tanks, I would have done roughly about as much damage as I have health at this point. I've done just over 700 damage, got 77 assistance as well. But I'm not. I'm in a TOG and it has twice that hit point pool. So this is one of the few tanks where it is entirely acceptable not to get a fire for effect award in. And in fact, if you are getting a fire for effect award, that generally indicates you've had a really damn good game. So, through here we come. No, Cromwell is dead. Okay. Our VK is still alive. Good shout. Come on, fellas. See that hole left by the 15cm AP shell from the OI? That stung. Someone's in our base. No. We must rectify this. Unfortunately, I only have 124 health left, but we'll do what we can. Heavy tank number 6. Go on, get in there, my son. I'll be right with you. Just as soon as I've brewed this cup of tea. Well, I've got to have some sort of enjoyment. That guy's behind a house, unfortunately. I spy with my little eye something beginning with T. Is it Tog? Yes!
Enemy armor is hit.
Someone reset him and he's not capping. Yay! Good job, Artie. Good job, heavy tank number 6. Oh god, I'm dead. There we go.
Everybody out.
He was firing APCR. I was never going to bounce that. So there we go. That is Das Tog. It's a silly tank. You can't buy it anymore. I wouldn't recommend it to people even if you could, but I do actually quite like it in spite of myself. So there is that. Yeah, they removed it from the gift shop and the tech tree. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. The only reason I can think is because Wargaming were on a splurge of trying to remove the preferential matchmaking tanks. But then they seemed to stop that, and the Tog was one of the victims, and I don't understand why. Tog wasn't, it wasn't amazing, but it was just Tog. Why would you get rid of it? You monsters. Oh yeah, I can't play the A45 yet because the crew is still in the Tog. I'll play the M56 Scorpion and then come back to the A45. I have many battles in my Tog. Don't think it ever had a little plate on the front, did it? Oh, okay. There we go. He's got it for you. Shopping can wait for Tog. Everything waits for Tog. Yes, everything has to wait for Tog. Right. Next up, we had. Yeah, it was the M56 Scorpion. Back to playing tank destroyers, lads! Yay! Because it's Trillic and he always requests bleeding tank destroyers. Right, M56 Scorpion. Last time this was requested, we actually ended up having a pretty decent game in it. This is a premium tier 7 American tank destroyer. It's made of tissue paper on fairy wings. Has 10 degrees of gun depression, which is pretty nice. Can you imagine if there was like Type 59 hype, but around the Tog? It's removed from the tech tree. You must get this tank. Get it! And actually, it's got quite a lot in common because then people realise the Type 59 isn't even any good. It's been a long time since that tank was decent. Although he does get preferential matchmaking, much like the Tog. So, you know, swings and roundabouts, I guess. Right, so this is about as bad as it could possibly be. Not only are we bottom tier, but more importantly, we're on Ensk. Ensk is to paper armoured tank destroyers as a fly swatter is to a blue bottle. Not something you ever want to find yourself stuck on. But there we go. C'est la vie. Let's do the best we can. So we got a 90mm gun on this thing, which for a tier 7 TD is kind of on the weedy side, if we're going to be honest. It gets a bit more pen, so it's basically a tier 8 medium tank gun on a tin-foiled chassis. And I'm slightly worried by the complete and utter lack of tanks over here. But if I go into the city, I'm just going to get murdered. So, RSP1C, is he still interested? If he is, I'll stay here. If he's not, I'm getting the hell out of Dodge. In short. Herp-a-derp-a-derp-a-derp. Careful, Mr. Sparpanzer. After this game, I'll go and open the door because it's bleeding roasting in here. Forward the advance of the paper tanks. And I don't mean paper as in fiction, although that is also entirely possible. I mean paper as in no armour whatsoever. Pew! And it missed. Where actually is that tank? He's hiding behind something. Shell velocity on this gun is also awful. So leading targets is a pain in the what's-it. T-54 lightweight is oh dear, it's entirely possible he is going to mess us up. I can't help him, and he's dead. That guy's dead, and he can just come and kill me next. And there isn't that much I can probably do about it. But I'm also not fast enough to run away from the guy. So this is a slightly dubious situation. The scoreline's 2-7 anyway, so I don't have anywhere to run to. So we're just going to give it a shot. We're going to do what damage we can before we inevitably succumb and die, most likely. There we go. The UDIs can shoot us here, which is a bit of a pain. Bounced. And now he circles me, and this is going to be a 0 damage game, I'm afraid. But this is why... Bounced. This is why you don't play... Well, I say you don't play. Tank destroyers without a turret. I mean, no. This was the worst scenario you can possibly have with this tank. Bottom tier on a bad map with a bad team. Not really much you can do, I'm afraid. If I'd gone to the town, maybe I'd have got one shot in and then I'd have died. So... C'est la vie. That, I'm afraid, is the M56 Scorpion. With the right map and the right matchup, it can do alright. Oh, we lost the TOG game. We lost the Scorpion game. It can do alright, but you don't want to be relying on it. At all. Ever. For any reason. It's not very good, I'm afraid. Anyway, that was the Scorpion. Next was the A45 then. We're doing the rounds of the terrible tanks. So... people do generally seem to request pretty awful tanks. Yeah, I guess they do. So this is the A45. Tier 7 premium British heavy tank. It's not very good. Let's Scorpion shoot me. Yeah. No, it's alright, Trillic. You don't need to apologise. It's I'm the one who bought the damn thing. It's just one of those things. Right. Oh god. Right, so this is the A45, Tier 7 British heavy tank. It is terrible. If you ever get the opportunity to buy this thing, I strongly recommend you don't. This is a Tier 9 match, so we're bottom tier. And I'm going to pretend I'm a medium tank, because they say this is a heavy tank, but it isn't. And the way you can tell it's not a heavy tank is that it has a 76mm gun at Tier 7, and it has no armour. And those things do not make a heavy tank. So... Oh, I said I was going to open the door. God damn it. So let's pretend I'm a medium tank, despite the fact that I don't really have the mobility, but whatever. Well, I tell you what, here's a radical suggestion, Loki. Why don't you go and open the door and get yourself a beer? No, it's not! That's the warm one! I don't mean to! Go and close it like a good little sausage, and everything will be fine. You're an idiot. I was asked to! I'm nice! I got spotted. I'm probably going to get shot here. Go on, Mr. IS2. If you want to be my ablative side armour, that's fine. And Mr. Chiri, I'm totally okay with that. So, what are we likely to run into over here? TVP, WZ, artillery. Put our loader back in. Because it's giant and the armour's so bad, by the way, you also take a lot of damage from artillery. Oh. And apparently a WZ. Whoops. So we've lost our commander, and there's more up here than we can really deal with, probably. Thank you very much. That one missed. The accuracy on the gun is also terrible, which, given that it's so low caliber, is a bit bizarre. Yep. They just... and artillery again. There goes our driver. You also take all of the crew module damage, by the way. Every time you get hit, a crew member or a module is likely to fall out. We're just going to have to back off, unfortunately. Yeah. So if you were to break it down into mobility, armor, and firepower, basically this tank is poor in every category. So I cannot recommend it at all to anyone ever for any reason. Oh, why did you move forwards? Why did you do that? See if we can at least finish this guy off. There we go. We've done a thing. Yay! Let's put our driver back in so we can actually move somewhere. Oh, God. Put one into the TVP. We bounced a thing. Yay! Wait until we get artilleried. Okay, Tiger P is dead. We have 485 health. That guy's left on 63. That one bounced because of course it did. Why would we need it to penetrate? And then you die to artillery. So if you're considering the A45, I strongly recommend you reconsider it. It is not a good tank at all. It is terrible. But that is the A45 for you. Next, we've done the Scorpion. Next up was the M103. Another terrible tank. We'll get there eventually. What good tanks have people actually asked for? Oh, after the M103 we've got the Jackson. Okay, that's something. Maybe. We shall see. Watch it be a sucky game anyway. Right, this is the Tier 9 American heavy tank, the M103. It's terrible because it's just basically an awful Conqueror. There's no reason to play this with the Conqueror in the game. Well, let me rephrase. There is a reason to play it, to unlock the T110E5. But that's it. That's literally it. This thing has a worse gun, worse armor, and comparable mobility. So, yeah. Bit dicey for the tank. Nonetheless, we'll see what we can do. I need to grind through it anyway. So, we've got a 120mm gun, 400 alpha, 258 pen, with okay accuracy and aiming stats and all that jazz. Nothing to get too excited about. A turret with a giant kind of back forehead thing that is easy to penetrate. A hull that is very RNG based, let's put it that way. Don't want to fight the IS-7 because he'll kill me. Let's go this way and see what happens. In fact, the rear of the tank, including the rear of the turret, is HE penetration central. I remember in my SU-152 coming up against a very unfortunate M103 and I just penned him with HE. And he was not a happy bunny, but eh, go figure. That's the tank you're driving, I'm afraid. So, we've got the Leopard prototype. Missed, because this gun is not particularly great. It's the same gun as you get on the Conqueror, basically, but the Conqueror's version is better. ML1 and an Object 430 version 2, who seem to be hull down, and whatever the hell else that is. No idea. I can't really face them. The E75 might be able to, but someone just dubs him in the face with HE, which is a bit sad. Nope, missed. Probably wouldn't penetrate anyway, because it's a hull down Swedish heavy. Oh, the ML is just firing HE for reasons that I don't understand. He could have penetrated me with AP and done 320 damage instead of 77. Oh well, never mind. Let's go this way. And hope I don't run into like a TD or something that's going to wreck my face. There's no artillery in this match, which is nice. There is a T-25 pilot over here. There's also potentially a Batchat over here. Yay, we did damage! Oh dear, that E-75 is moving around, and that was an FV-4005! Oh, brilliant. And that shot missed, because of course it did. So there's an FV-4005 over there, so I can't really go out there without just getting nuked. Thankfully he didn't penetrate me, which is something. Stop spamming the map. So I can't go down there. Can't really advance out there. Let's go over this way. The M103 is a pure support tank. It isn't a breakthrough tank in any scenario. Which is a bit of an issue on a map like this, which doesn't really allow for support tanks to do their thing. The confusing thing about it is that it's a pure support tank with an inferior gun to a same tier heavy tank that has better armour. I could wax lyrical for ages about how terrible this tank is, but you get the idea. I guess I'll stop. That one missed. Team is collapsing as well. Doesn't help that I'm not really doing anything. I've tried, but yeah. M103 things. Finally, damage! Hurrah! So let's keep trying to chip down this E-75. Failed to do damage. And I don't reload in time to do anything else to him. No! Oh, he's dead anyway. Okay. Well, it's 4-8, which isn't massively encouraging, but we'll see what we can do. There's an IS-7 there, which is a little problematic. And they're just mincing through us, unfortunately, and I don't mean kind of camp walking. I mean... Oh, and that one just got eaten by his tracks. And now I'm out in the open, and I'm just... Wow, they bounced. Good lord. And I was going to say I'm probably in a whole world of trouble. Oh, at least we penetrated that shot. Also, the tank doesn't get... Oh, they've got me in the side. Okay, fair enough. And I'm dead. So that was the M103. Next... I don't have the M3 Lee to show off. I will rebuy it at some point, but I don't currently have it. Yeah, I ran into the FV. So not the A45. Is the FV... No. Well... The FV4202, is it any good? It's... When it was introduced, it was terrible. It was then buffed so that it was bloody awful. It was then buffed again, and now it, as far as I can work out, it resides somewhere between pretty awful and deeply mediocre. But the 4202 is about to be buffed again. I genuinely don't know how that tank made it into the live server in the form in which it did. Oh, Jesus Christ. But it did. So, yeah. Honestly, I would wait to see what the buffs turn out to be like, what they do to it. Does it turn it into a tank that's worth having or not? Don't know. This is the Jackson, Tier 6 American tank destroyer, and the first tank you guys have requested since the T-29 that's actually any good. You have to remember in this game there are three tech trees that get most of the attention. The Soviets, the Germans, and the Americans. They have a good slew of tanks, a good variety of tanks, And if there is a tank that is over or underperforming, in particular underperforming on those tech trees, they tend to get attention. The rest, most of the time, as far as wargaming is concerned, can go and do one. So, yeah, it's like if anyone's played 40k, the Space Marines get all the attention. If you're playing the Dark Elder, tough, for example. You get the idea, hopefully. This is the Jackson, Tier 6 American turreted tank destroyer. Well, both of the Tier 6 American tank destroyers are turreted, so that's a bit of a misnomer. It's the one on the non-turreted line, if we're actually going to be honest. M3 90mm gun, fully rotating turret, some armour. Hellcat's mobility is better, but the gun is worse, and the armour is worse. I prefer the Jackson personally. Enough for me to keep it, in fact. So here we go. After this, I'll pop out for a second, then I'll be right back. And then we've got the IS-3 and the Object 704. A tank I like, and a tank I deeply dislike, respectively. Then the Object 416, the VK4503, and then the T7 combat car. Oh dear, another low tier one. That's fine. So this is the tank that leads on from the... is it the M40? Or something like that, and leads onto the T25 AT. And ultimately would lead you up to the T110 E3. The fact that you have some armour and a fully rotating turret means you don't have to camp at the back, and actually this gun is worse than the guns you would find on most Tier 6 tank destroyers, so I would strongly recommend not redline camping in this thing. If you are camping on the red line in this tank, you're kind of missing the point, and you might as well play one of the others. Other Tier 6 tank destroyers, I mean. And watch me get artillery. In fact, I'm actually going to relocate and do something about that Covenanter in the VK, because no one else is covering these tanks. Bums! Instead, they're just trying to get the kill, trying to get the damage, and ugh. Take out the Covenanter, because I generally think it's worth taking out a gun if you can. And there goes the VK. Let that guy through, because why not? Go on, OI Experimental. Are you going to do anything, or are you just going to sit there with your side armour exposed? Like the rock star that you very clearly are. Oh, and I twitched, so I missed that shot. There's the artillery shell. Saw that one coming a mile off. Thankfully, we don't get stunned by him because the caliber's too small. You know what, OI? Just go. I'm fed up. You cretin! You utter friggin' idiot. No, he didn't. No, never mind. That was our artillery. Forget what I said. I thought for a moment the OI had just managed to derp us both in the face with his own gun. But no, that was the other enemy artillery, who does have a big enough gun to stun us. Let's deal with him. Because our OI is apparently a bit useless. I'm taking shots from a Matilda. That was predictable, but still annoying. Come on, move! For goodness sake, stop cowering. We only took his track out. Didn't do any actual damage, which is a bit of a shame. But he's dead, so it's all good. 9-5. Right, so we got 2 artillery, 2 tank destroyers, a light tank and a medium. The medium was the Matilda, last spotted at C6, but I'm pretty sure he's in the town, because we took a shot from him. For God's sake. And I guess I was spotted. I don't have 6th sense on this crew. And so I get nuked by artillery. And it's the artillery that does have a big enough gun to stun, unfortunately. Oh, he's behind a rock. That's why. I should have just kept still. I shouldn't have moved. That was my own damn fault. I'm an idiot. Oh, well, never mind. He's done. And that just leaves the Matilda and the T-80. Pretty sure the Tilly is in the town, and the T-80's over there. Okay. Bear in mind, this is still a tank destroyer. You are not a brawler. Your turret still turns, or rotates like the Titanic. So do bear that in mind. But you can get stuck in more than fixed casemate tank destroyers, generally speaking. So you don't have to, well, as I said, you don't sit at the back. Camping, which is kind of why I like it. Should take two shots to kill the Matilda. Assuming he's on full health. If he's not, might take fewer shots. But we shall see. Around here, he might have moved, but you know, we'll take it as it comes. There he is. There we go. One shot into him. Is the looks going to finish him off? Nope. There we go. I don't mind trading his 55 damage for my 240. And we capped as well. Okay. Fair enough. There we go. 3 kills. Some damage. I'm just going to quickly go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. There we go. Second class mastery, fire for effect. Second on our team, top by damage. There we are. Jackson, lovely, lovely machine. I do recommend it. That is Das Jackson. Well, entirely possible. There's a bit of confusion about the hang on. Homeship says, Jesus Christ, in a despairing voice, he has to play the Churchill gun carrier. Hells no. That was the M36 Jackson, sometimes called the Slugger. I was the T40, sorry, yeah. There we go. Me being a bit of a idiot. There's a bit of confusion about the American tank destroyer names, but in the game it's called the Jackson, so... And you're right, we shouldn't call the Jagdpanzer 38T the Hetzer. So, C'est la vie. Vehicle that was to be named yeah, the yeah. What was next? That was the Jackson IS-3. Well, I was going to make a joke about it being wonderfully balanced, but in these days it is actually looking increasingly balanced, which tells you quite a lot about some of the tanks they've released recently. And I'm referring... Yes, Defender, I'm looking at you. So this is one of the Tier 8 Russian heavy tanks. And for those wondering how I did such a quick pee break, the bathroom... We only live in a small one-bedroom flat, so the bathroom is literally just round the corner. It is not difficult. We will be moving into a house where it will be further away, but for now, it's not. This is a Tier 10 match. Yay! We seem to have the heavy tank advantage, so I don't mind helping the IS-7 and co push. Going back to base if necessary. So this is a very, 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 very good tank. In my review of it, I would happily tell you that it's too good, and I'll still tell you that, to be honest. But Wargaming have this, well, I was going to call it idiotic policy of not nerfing premium tanks. The thing is, they've got themselves into a bit of a bind now. The legal position regarding nerfing premium tanks is decidedly grey with regard to whether you'd have to offer a refund or not. Personally, I don't think people should get a refund, but that's just my own opinion. Wargaming seem to have decided they don't want to get into a legal wrangle about it because it's not clean cut, and so they're just going to offer refunds whenever they do nerf or they do obviously nerf premium tanks. So on the one hand, I think it's a bit of a stupid situation, but I can kind of see where they're coming from. But what that means in effect is that things like the Defender that they released in a stupid condition has rendered most of Tier 8 obsolete with its introduction. And so rather than nerfing the Defender, they're buffing everything else. Which seems a bit silly, especially when you have something like the IS-3 that I would argue was rather, let's say, over-tuned as it was. So, what are we going to have around here? Maybe an E75, maybe an OHO, maybe a Tiger II, maybe a VK, maybe an ISU 152 in the background, who's been spotted and doesn't want to be there anymore, and is possibly wondering where his mummy is. Oh, okay, found them. IS-3, and I really want to shoot the IS-3 for 3. La la la. But I'm not going to get the opportunity. Is that Tiger II going to give me something to have a crack at? I'll go for the VK's roof, which can be overmatched with this gun, which is quite funny. Same for the Tiger II, by the way, for anyone who's interested. Have I actually got anyone on the... Oh, I've got the Patriot. Okay, I do have some people with me. I'm not completely all on my lonesome. All by myself is something I'm not, so that's not too bad. IS-3 versus IS-3. Place your bets now. Is anyone gonna shoot anyone? Fine, if the VK's gonna do that, I'll shoot him. That works. You done goofed, mate. But it's the VK who pays for it, so whatever. Go on E75, you can probably just absolutely wreck him. You're a tier 9 for goodness sake. Pew, ba-doing. Go on, mate, go on. Go on. Oh, he's fired, he's fired, he's fired, he's fired, he's fired, he's fired. Magic armor! Yay! Magic armor is magic. Not even Soviet guns can defeat it. Oh god, the armor on the IS-3 is stupid. There we go. Right. Now we have to see if we can not really fight our way past a bunch of TDs. Am I still spotted? Really? Oh, survey says possibly. Ew. Put some damage in on that T-54. Yes, we're sniping with a BL-9. Sounds like a BLT. And again. AMX 13105 might have gone round behind us. If he has, fair play to him. But this game looks like it should be fairly secure. Goodbye, Mr. TVP. Low damage roll, but at least we hit. While this gun isn't the most accurate gun in the world, it's more accurate than all the preceding 122mm guns you get on the Soviet heavy tanks, so it'll do. Batchat goes up to the Spirit in the Sky, and that leaves a Grilla, a Leopard, prototype, and an AMX-13-105. And we need to get into that base. So, go on, guys. There we go. Wait a minute, that's the AMX. Oh, for some reason I thought this was an encounter game. I'm such an idiot. See if we can do something about this Leopard. Going up to the Spirit in the sky, in the sky. Looks like the AMX isn't necessarily having the best of this engagement. Whoa! Leopard is over yonder. Let's do a little bit of a wiggle to try not to take any damage from him. We haven't taken any damage so far this game, as entertaining as that is. We bounced 1,000 damage ourselves in a tier 10 match, because IS-3 of course we have. No! I want him! Don't kill him! He's mine! I went all the way round here. No! You swine! All you did was sit in the capture circle, you dastardly swine. Never mind. There we go. IS-3. Still ridiculously powerful. Yeah. IS-3 is IS-3. There's not really anything else to say. Finished 4th on our team. Well done to the Patriot. 1268 base XP. Over 2,000 damage done. Finished 4th on our team by damage. 4th by experience. Bounced 1,000. Made a profit. IS-3 just doing IS-3 things. The bathroom is around the corner. You said the closest McDonald's was around the corner, so you go to their toilet. Well, meh, not quite. I mean, round the corner of the door. Meh. Oh, I don't want to hear about a quarter pounder with cheese. Yeah, Defender is a totally balanced tier 9.5 tank. It's a stupid machine. Yeah, go figure. My psychiatrist says I'm delusional, compulsive liar. With that in mind, I think I might apply for a job at Wargaming. I mean, I remember I used to think the balancing department at Wargaming did a decent job, given that it can't be easy to do what they do. But it's very difficult to maintain that opinion when you see some of the stuff they do, and you think, what? What? The data doesn't show that. Opinion of anyone ever doesn't show that. What are you doing? Object 704 is next, by the way. Put it this way, if you want true pay to win, just go and look at the Chinese server. Bear in mind it's not run by Wargaming per se, they just use the Wargaming data, it's run independently, but it's a joke. Right, tier 9 Soviet tank destroyer, the Object 704. Oh, good lord. Back to pain, I'm afraid. Some people like this tank, some people don't. I very definitely fall into the latter category. It's better than the ISU 152, but so's a hot chili sauce enema, so that doesn't really say very much. Right. Over yonder! Charge! In fact, they're actually changing the ISU 152. And in classic Wargaming fashion, they're changing it, and I thought, great, finally a chance to get rid of that 750 alpha damage that is ridiculous at tier 8. Are they changing the 750 alpha damage? No. So they're not changing the one thing about the tank that should be changed. They're faffing around with the penetration, and it's like, who cares? Yes, it's a tier 8 TD with a very scary gun. The pen is not the problem. Alpha damage is the problem. Never mind. C'est la vie. C'est la vie. I'm angry because I love them, right? Or genuinely I do enjoy this game. I wouldn't have put this much time into it if I didn't. Okay, so our entire team has come this way, which is fine. And if their entire team has gone the other way, then this is going to be a rather tedious match. That's the problem. Regular games on Erlenberg don't really work. Come on, T10. Come on. What are you scared of? Eh? Or IS? What you scared of? There ain't nothing to be afraid of. No, don't scare him off. Oh, God, botherations and damn it. I was going to teach him the errors of his ways. Pooh. Right, let's see what we can do to the T10. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. There we go. Oh, who penetrated us? The IS and someone else. I don't know who. But we lost quite a lot of health doing that. Frontal armour on this tank leaves a lot to be desired. Let's put it that way. Oh, there's an STRV back there. Never mind, I'm getting outcamped. I'm not hugging the red line, so I'm going to lose because... Yay. Tank destroyers. And that's the thing with the Object 704 and the ISU 152. They're red line snipers. More so the, to be fair, more so the ISU. And I don't like playing tank destroyers on the red line. I find it so incredibly tedious. Missed. Oh, I'm spotted, so that STRV, those STRVs are just going to wreck me. Right, fine. Screw it. Nah, I'm not going to get any shots over here unless he goes far enough. Which I don't think he is. No, that's not happening. Alright, fine, I'll go around here and shoot the T10 or something, I guess. I even low rolled. It's like, ugh. Boo. And we lose another tank. And another one. Oh, there's a high roll. Okay, 810 for you. And he's dead. Well, that's something. We achieved something in this machine. Hurrah. Who's next? And there's a stock T29. If you're ever playing a stock T29, you've done something wrong. You've done the whole World of Tanks grind wrong. Or for that particular tank, if that is the situation you find yourselves in. Really don't want to shoot an ally here. But he is rather in the way. But then he is tracked there, so I don't want to be too harsh on him. He's pulling back now. Okay. Whilst the STRVs just pen him. Whilst camping in a bush. Come on, someone let me shoot them. I don't want to go up there because that STRV is going to kill me. And the scoreline's 2-7, 2-8. We took all our team this side and we still couldn't push the bleeding flank. Goodness knows why Wargaming ever introduced those Swedish tank destroyers in the state they're currently in. Oh well, they did. As much as I might whinge about it, they did. Let's put a big shell into him. Might as well do something useful. And he's dead. Go on, Mr. Tiger. No, that clearly isn't going to work. He dies because the Tiger can shoot him. The STRV has moved forward, so I don't have to worry about camping quite so much, but there is a Scorpion back there just to dissuade me anyway. 3 of us left. I'm spotted. And I still bounced on the STRV, despite, theoretically, as far as I'm aware, I should be able to overmatch that guy's armour. But there we go. Never mind. Who cares about what you should or shouldn't be able to do, right? Never mind. There's probably one tiny patch of it that's a bit thicker and that I won't auto-penetrate, and that's the one bit I hit, I imagine. So there we go, there's the Object 704. If your idea of fun is either getting bored, camping the red line, or driving around and doing 3 shots of damage before dying because your tank is incredibly awkward and terrible, then go for it. If you actually like to do so, oh my god, do something in the match, then don't. Look at this. Anyway, never mind. That was the Object 704. I'm not necessarily saying it's a bad tank, but I really, really, really don't like it. Serb should never have bought the balancing department a dartboard for Xmas. Well, quite. The enema of my enemy is my friend. Oh dear. Looks like it bounced off the gun, possibly. I really don't think those Swedish tank destroyers should have been implemented in the form in which they were in. I can whinge about it for a while, but I'm not going to, because I don't think you guys are here to listen to me endlessly moaning. Object 416 was up next. Here we go. Back to a fun tank. Although I didn't like this thing when I first played it, it has grown on me, or it grew on me throughout the grind. Tier 10 match, of course, because we're playing a Tier 8, but, go figure. Just for anyone who is interested in why I dislike the Swedish tank destroyers, 1, their camo is so good that we're back to the old, I don't need someone to spot for me, I can shoot with impunity from a great distance while spotting for myself style of tank destroyers, which should not be a thing. And 2, their armour is stupid. No, in my opinion, armour, there should not be any armour in this game that relies on an auto bounce, because that's a really, in my opinion, dodgy mechanic. What am I doing? Let's go this way. But I'm not really a proper medium. But we already have thousands of tank destroyers. Unfortunately, at the moment, the matchmaker is flooded with TDs, as I said earlier on. Not a huge surprise. It's just Wargaming didn't think ahead, and so we've got the French TD grind and the top of the tree for the Swedish TDs happening at the same time, which means the matchmaker is flooded with tank destroyers. It's little things like that. It's like if Wargaming had just engaged 3 brain cells and thought ahead, that wouldn't be a thing that would be a problem. But either they don't care, or they didn't bother. But there we go. Right, Object 416 over there, M41 Walker Bulldog over there, Foch to our right, you poor, poor man. See if we can spot anything. Nope, Frying Pan of Doom has failed to spot a thing. We've already lost our 30. Well done, mate. That position is garbage. That position is always garbage. I don't know why people still go there. Let's just see if anyone's going to be generous enough to block my shot so that I can't do what I was planning to do anyway, or it increases the chances of me getting shot. Grr, grr. And now you're just getting shot up. Well done, mate. Well done. Congratulations. You did good. Right. Is anyone going to do me the honour of allowing me to shoot them through the axle? Or heck, even into the flush side, that would be fine. No? Well, that makes me very, very sad. I do have a review of this tank on my channel for anyone who's interested. Frying Pan of Doom is quite a good fun machine, in my opinion. I do quite like it. But as I said, I never used to, because it's got no armour, it's got a frontal engine, it has no gun depression, and the gun is rather derpy. Which doesn't sound like a particularly great combination. But, yeah, it's not actually that bad. It's one of those tanks, it has some significant weaknesses, but it has some really sweet strengths, and if you can work with those, then it's actually a pretty nice machine. One shot into the E75, slightly high damage roll. 337. Unfortunately, because I'd moved, I didn't get to shoot the Type 5, which is a bit sad, but there we go. We've found a tortoise, ladies and gentlemen. We've found a tortoise. Oh dear, good lord, this is going to be problematic. Right, he has 10 degrees of gun depression. I really want our artillery to do some work over there. Because that'll do. That'll do too. I don't often come across tortoises in, well, while driving anything. It's, oh crud, they're flanked around us because our team is terrible. Here we go again. Oh, and there's a Foch that has shots on me. I'm not really sure exactly what I can do about that. Alas. And that one bounced, because of course it did. Flush shot into the side. Should bounce, right? It's not as if flanking people and aiming should be rewarded. I mean, who thought that was a good idea? I can't stay in this position. Then again, the Foch is really making hard work of this. But he'll probably get me eventually, which is, yeah. Oh, for God's sake, and my turret goes again because of the tortoise, and now I'm dead. There we go. Not a very good showing for the Object 416. Unfortunately, our team were terrible. So many tank destroyers, which just makes the matches so painful. But there we go. That was the Object 416. I do have some more gameplay coming out from it as a video, or as I said, catch the review if you are interested. Next is the VK4503. Thing with the Swedish TD armour is that's how it's supposed to have worked. Back to historical accuracy again. The thing with the Swedish tank destroyers is that when they introduced them, they were originally designed to be introduced with a rework of the overmatch mechanics, but they didn't rework the overmatch mechanics, they just introduced the Swedish tank destroyers anyway. Now I appreciate that the Swedish, well, main battle tank is actually what it was, not a tank destroyer, was supposed to work by having the armour incredibly well sloped. But how it works in-game is that if I have a 120mm gun, let's say I've got the Conqueror, 120mm gun shooting at a Swedish tank destroyer, 40mm of armour, I do not overmatch its armour because my gun is 3 times, caliber is 3 times the thickness of the armour. And you need to be greater than 3 times the thickness. So my 120mm gun will bounce every single time off the front of those Swedish tank destroyers. My Soviet 122mm gun on a tier 7 IS conversely will penetrate every single time because it completely overmatches their armour and because the shell is an extra 2mm wider. Or the barrel of the gun is an extra 2mm wider. So I appreciate that the Swedish tank destroyers, as they are in this game, are supposed to work by having very, very heavily sloped but relatively thin armour, but the exact overmatch mechanics in this game are a slightly different issue. Good time to play arty with all those campers. Yeah, but that involves playing arty. Of course, flanking shouldn't be rewarded It involves buying, doesn't involve buying premium time. I know, it involves engaging your brain instead, and lately Wargaming seem to have decided that instead of engaging your brain, they just want people to dab the 2 key. And once again, we come back to the argument I was making ages ago, earlier on this afternoon. If Wargaming want this game to be taken seriously as an esport, they need to ditch all of that junk. Because if it has pay-to-win elements, and premium ammunition, however you argue it, is a pay-to-win element, then it won't be taken seriously as an esport. It won't happen. And they've put a lot of money into trying to make it happen, but it's like putting loads and loads of money into advertising, you know, a piece of coal as the next piece of designer jewellery. You can put as much money into advertising it as you want, but it doesn't change the fact that it's a lump of coal. It's not a properly processed diamond. So, not a problem, Trilloc, not a problem. We've made our way to the VK. And, of course, your son should be a priority. And deja vu, good lord. Wonder if we can do the same thing again. Probably not, but let's give it a go. After this, it's the T7 combat car. And then what I'll probably do is jump into the AMX 1390 to brush out some of the cobwebs. And this is actually a tank I like, to be fair. And we'll see what we can do in that. So this is the Tier 7 German premium heavy tank that, for some reason, Wargaming decided to put at Tier 7, make the same price as a Tier 8 premium, but also give it a Tier 8 premium credit multiplier. I don't really understand why they've decided that would be a thing for this tank, but they have. So, meh. Go figure. It's a good machine. It's not ridiculous, but it is pretty good. I do like it. It has enough armour to bounce some lower tiers. Basically, think of it as a Tiger with more armour and a gun that... no, don't want to get shot, don't want to get shot, don't want to get shot. A gun that is more reliable, but doesn't have quite the same DPM. If you think about it in those terms, you won't be too far off. And it's those things that mean I like this tank, where I don't really like the Tiger. Although the Tiger P is even worse. For its own special reasons, of course, but there we are. Right, what are we doing about this Oni? Is it just going to be a pain? What can we do about the Oni? Right, well, this is slightly different. They've just driven down into the gully, so I guess we're going to have to do something about that. And with no one spotting, they've made it up into the relatively squishy positions, and our tank destroyers and artillery are in danger. There we go. All our team apparently are camping, and we even have someone who's a team killer. He killed our friendly artillery into the bargain because he's a pro. And that's what pros do, right? They kill teammates. Let's put a shot into the T-34. Put another one in. And let's see if we convince this guy of the error of his ways. Nope. But he can penetrate me. So I fail to hit his turret front, but he succeeds in hitting my cupola, despite the fact that my gun actually has good accuracy. Never mind, SU-152 decided he'd had enough of this rubbish and killed the guy. Fine. Totally okay with that. Now we have a T-34-85M and an Oni. (175 armor or something, but 203 penetration with standard rounds, so screw the Oni. What on, mate, what on? Thought I'd flub that shot for a moment. Hey, screw you, mate. Screw you. Right, so the enemy team was just swept through most of our team because they were all bleeding camping. in their medium tanks because they are utter pros. In fact, the last time we did this, the game got off to a rather dodgy start. And because we have a team-killing douchebag. Hopefully those guys should be able to deal with a single Hellcat, but you know, famous last words and all that. Right, Skoda is done. It's just a T-34-85M back there. Hellcat is done. Thank you, Mr. SU-152. There's a Firefly. Oh dear. And I could get artilleried here, and that would be a problem. But let's kill him. And now an ARL-44 looks like he wants to come down into the gully today. Good lord, this is a bit odd. Well, Mr. ARL, given the number of people opposing you, I don't necessarily think that's a particularly clever idea on your part. I've found a Dicamax. Let's not get artilleried. M44 and Crusader, neither of them have a particularly special gun arc, assuming they're using the top gun, but even so. That's rather optimistic of you, Mr. Firefly. Tracked him. Oh god, T-25. Okay, screw this. We might... oh, never mind. I was going to say we might take a shot from the T-25, but he's in a much better position than I am for that engagement. Oh, not anymore though. Hell Kitty over there. And suddenly the scoreline's a 9-9. Still got 4 minutes left though. And my hand's twitching. What a wonderful turn of events. Right. T-25 has moved around there. He's taking quite a lot of fire. What have they actually got left? There's a Comet somewhere. There's the Comet. You know there's a Dicamax somewhere as well. He appears to be going for our artillery. The T-25, that is. Hell Kitty as well. That Hell Kitty slightly bothers me. I don't want to take flanking shots from him. Also don't want to get artilleried. Obviously. This is quite a large machine. And I'm spotted. Well, crud. And I'm close enough that I can't actually shoot over that sandbank anymore. And we just lost another 2 tanks. Bugger, 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 bugger. Take out that Hell Kitty. Have you got this Hellcat? Yes, you have. Good man. Right. Comet, Crusader SP, Dicamax, and M44. Only 2 proper tanks. The rest are artillery. Though I'm sure endlessly irritating. Ultimately, not as much of a bugger. 2 minutes left. Okay. See if I can spot this Dicamax. Quite finished spamming the map? Yes, I was going to defend the map. The base. Really? No, I was going to hold down W and drive out in front of all their guns. What do you think I was going to do? Honestly. But if I can spot the Dicamax, then at least we know where he is. Oh, speaking of which. There we go. You bounced. Sucks to be you. You're dead. Sucks to be you. And really? Really? They've killed our other 2 tanks? Like, seriously? Oh, he's there. Oh, bloody hell. He goes for the ram, which, as entertaining as it is, isn't strategically particularly effective. We put a shot through the Comet's turret. I mean, I love these guys trying to ram me in a German heavy. Doesn't usually work out because these things are made of heavy stuff. There's a lot of steel in them. Like, lots. Makes them quite weighty. This guy can't cap, so I don't really care what the Comet does. We've got this one. I'm not going to risk it for a Top Gun, sod that. Oh no, I got spotted. Whatever shall I do? Oh no. 7, 6, 5, 4. He's a stock Comet as well. 2, 1, and pew! Ah, it was worth a punt. Clutch Top Gun would have been funny. Oh look, first class mastery. Sweet, not quite as good as last time where it was an ace tanker, but you know what, I'll take it, and we actually won the Object 416 match. Holy hellfire. How? Because our Scorpion and carried our tier 10 scrubs like a boss. Well done, mate. Good job. There we go. People kept ramming themselves to death on me, which was endlessly entertaining. I'm happy with that. Oh dear. Why would I attack the Oni with hummus? People like Foch suggest that premium ammo should do less damage to balance it. Surely that would only result in more of it being spammed to make up the difference. But, Herr Schlickgruber, that is why... Okay, so here's the situation then. What annoys me about premium ammo at the moment is that it, generally speaking, offers no or very few disadvantages compared to regular ammunition. So it is just I will spend credits to have a better ammo type button. If they reduce the alpha damage of it, that's no longer the case. So let's take the VK for example. My AP shells do have 240 average damage and 203 penetration. APCR 237 penetration. Let's imagine the alpha damage on the APCR was 200, say, for example. If I then get into a fight with another VK and I choose to just spam APCR because I'm not willing to engage my brain, I'm just going to go for the higher penetration because I can't be bothered to aim, then what I do is I give myself worse DPM and worse alpha damage. And I don't need to use APCR to penetrate my target. Let's say the other guy, also in the VK, doesn't do that. He's willing to actually aim and use AP shells. He beats me because he has better alpha damage and DPM. So if you reduce the alpha damage of the premium shells, it means that if you actually have to use them to penetrate a target, you can. But if you just use them willy-nilly and you're just hosing them at everything, you'll do worse. Because you don't have the alpha damage and you don't have the DPM. It means there is then a parity of shell types. You have your regular armor piercing shells. If you come across a very weakly armored target, you use high explosive, lower penetration but higher alpha damage. If you come across a very strongly armored target, you use your APCR or heat ammo or whatever, higher penetration but lower alpha damage. There is no I win button anymore. Doesn't matter what the cost of the shells is, the principle of it being pay to win goes away. And that is, in my opinion at least, the important point. But that's just my 2 cents. I have not seen any signs from Wargaming that they're going to do that, but I think that would be sensible. Tanky Online, out of curiosity, does Tanky Online actually look any good? Probably not. Tanky Online. The very fact that it tells me to to run flash as soon as I go there indicates to me that it's probably not better. Just saying. And if you want to watch something about tanky online, off you go. Is the Dickomax really a proper tank? Define proper, I guess. If the GW Panther's been playing a bit today, you cannot blame him for assuming the worst. Well, it's the worst game since War Thunder Ground Forces. Oh dear, watch him because I wouldn't say I'm necessarily well known, but go figure. Yeah, it's sort of a three-step continuum with alpha damage being inversely proportional to penetration. Yeah, Mac. Yes, it is. I mean, they could make the premium quote-unquote ammo then if they wanted cheaper, although it's wargaming, I wouldn't necessarily bet on that. But I don't really care, because I don't fire much premium ammo. I only fire it when I absolutely feel that I have to. I try not to, as a general rule of thumb. Right, T7 Combat Car was next on the list. It's another bad tank, but let's give it a go. Also, it'd be a simple change. Wouldn't need massive reworks or anything like that. Simple change. And I think that would... It wouldn't stop people whinging. Premium ammo in +2 matchmaking can be necessary. Even aiming at weak spots seems harsh to handicap the underdog even more by reducing alpha damage. Meh. I think the necessity to fire premium ammunition is grossly overstated. There are times when you need it, but most of the time, if you said, you know what, I'm not going to press that 2 key, instead, I'm going to use my WASD keys and go somewhere else, engage someone else, then you would do better most of the time, in my opinion. Now, sure, there are times when you can... well, like I say, there are times when you need premium ammunition. And Wargaming seems to be encouraging that with the way they've changed the maps and so on and so forth. They are unfortunately listening to the people that tell them that armour is useless. What's the penetration on this? 27. But I mean, even bottom tier, you can. I mean, I've had plenty of bottom tier games today, and you can see how many times I've hit the 2 key. Don't think I've done it once. But I mean, yeah, you're right. That would be a result of it. But personally, and again, this is personal opinion, I think it's more important to get rid of the pay-to-win aspect. Oh damn, I'm out of ammo. Oh well, reloading. No! No! Not allowed! My tank! You are not allowed, Mr. Chiro. You are not allowed to shoot me in the buttocks! No! No, well, actually it'd be the face, but whatever. No buttock shooting today. Come on guys, help please, there's quite a lot of them. Nope! Yay, right. Chiro. There you go, you're done. And he's dead. And they're going into our base, no! Oh god, the arm on this guy is problematic. Let's go over here. See if we can take out any of these fellas. Or just go and kill this cruiser, that's also an option. Oh, but he's dead. Okay. Let's get these guys from behind. Oh dear. I might be dead. No! I can't reload in time. Ramming speed, Mr. John. No, I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. Oh, oh, oh. Is he done goofed? He's probably going to reload before I am anyway. Because the reload on this thing is horrendous. Oh no, 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 no. Unfortunately, that's one of the problems with that tank. It has a large magazine and an awful reload time, and I didn't quite kill him with the magazine I had. Now, with any luck, we might win this. But we shall see. Yes, the hang on. But I think Dingles did tanky once, sort of a twitch shooter with toy tanks. I'm good without it. Premium blah 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 blah. And yeah, I mean, I don't prescribe to this idea that just because you're a lower tier tank, you should have the same chance of killing a higher tier tank that a higher tier tank would. Does that make sense? It's a higher tier tank. If you're in, I don't know, I'm trying to think of just an example. What have I got at tier 8? Let's say you're in a Panther 2, and you are fighting an IS-7. You know what? You shouldn't win in a face-to-face situation. He should kick the snot out of you if he has even 3 brain cells. So you should have to outplay your opponents. When you are bottom tier, it's like playing World of Tanks on hard mode. That's how it is. Now, personally, I play the game like that. I enjoy that aspect of the game. And I dislike the I win factor of premium ammunition. So that's my response to it. And again, I think that's one of the ways in which this game could be taken seriously as an esport. As it is at the moment, hell no. Not a chance. I've burned through all the tank requests, by the way. If anyone has any others, please feel free to make yourselves known. But I have burned through them all for now. Now, I'm probably not going to be streaming for that much longer because it's 6:15, local time anyway. But we shall see. Yes, Kai, we're still going. Not sure how much longer we'll still go for, but we'll see what we can do. T-34 Tier 5, I don't have it. Soviet medium tanks. Let's see what we can do with regard to Soviet, that's Chinese. Soviet medium tanks. Thank you very much. Something, oh no, I do have the T-34, I lie, I just don't have a crew for the T-34, now I remember. Because I've got a crew still in my 416, a crew in the T-44, and a crew I'm training up for the Object 430. So, given that I don't have a crew for the T-34, let's take out the other Tier 5 Soviet medium tank. Other one? What other one? The Matilda 4, of course! How could you forget that? Yeah, I can do the T-34. T-34 76, that's just a T-34 Kai with the 76mm gun. Again, it's not a separate tank in this game. It's if you mean the T-34 85, the Tier 6, the best I can do is play the T-34 85M. I can do that if you want. And I can play the T-34, that's fine. Sorry, the American T-34. I should really clarify with all these T-34s running around. Causing a riot. Right! Matilda 4! Let's see what we can do. This thing is another bad tank, but I kinda like it. It's a Matilda, bumped up a tier, with preferential matchmaking, and a garbage gun, and good gun depression. Make of that what you will. I've got a review of this thing, again, if you're interested in it. Yeah, I'm happy to play the T-34 Trillic, that's absolutely fine. The Prem one, the American, the Yankee Doodle Dandy. So, let's go this way and see what happens. This does have a 76mm gun though, or is it 75? Nope, 76mm, I was right the first time. Unfortunately, it's just not a very good 76mm gun. And if you're playing the Tier 5 T-34, Soviet medium tank, I do not recommend playing it with the 76. Because it basically has two top guns, it's a 76 and a 57. The 76mm one has trashy aiming stats, I do not recommend it. The 57mm one is the better choice, in my opinion. Trundle, 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 trundle. If you want to play something with that 76mm gun, the A43, the tier 6, is a much better choice. A43 is, for my money, a really fun little tank. Really enjoyed that one. I say little, it's not that little, but you get my point. Fun machine. Whatever you want, whatever size you think it is. And here you can see the wondrous mobility of the Matilda 4 being put to good use. There's a Panzer 4. Okay. The armour is okay, but the hit point pool is more important, to be honest. 610 hit points for a tier 5 medium tank is pretty sweet. Right, firstly... Oh, I spotted a Churchill. Bit of thunk. Ah, he's looking at me! No! I penetrated a Churchill. It's even more surprising. I'm gonna relocate. Let's be somewhere else. Because that guy has a penetration advantage over me. And, yeah, I don't like it as a result. But if he's going to angle his tank like garbage, I will take hilarious advantage of it. Oh, he's done. Never mind. Now, I was actually originally coming up here to see if anyone was hanging around at J7. Ah! Panzer! But apparently I'm not allowed to do that because there are too many bad guys, so fine. I'm going to have to shoot you all in the face. Come on, fellas, get shot like that. Get wrecked. Panzer IV Hydro, you don't see too many of those. Usually Wargaming are, when they do put it up though, it's part of a like $100 bundle or something stupid. And that's basically the reason I'm never going to buy it. As long as it's in one of those bundles, no thanks. Oh, no! No! I don't want to be up here while an M6 shoots me. No! Let me go! Go away, you big bully. Go away. Alright guys, seriously, just shoot these fellas, please. Deal with the M6 and then everything's gravy. Yeah. Just don't nudge me. I don't want your love bumps. Oh, thank you. At the risk of the M6 knackering me. Oh dear. Oh dear. Nope, 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 no, 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 he has a big gun, 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 and he's dead. Oh, damn, I lost an ally. Oh, dear. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, he's done. Oh, I got artilleried in the end. Ah, well, there we go. C'est la vie. Oh, entirely possible. Yep. Yep. You arguing about ice cream flavours? Oh, dear, 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 dear. I do have some flavour of tiger. I can play a tiger flavour, if you would like. It'll be the Tigger P, because I need to ace the damn thing. Codes are up for like 20 quid. Okay, fair enough. Yep. Fair dues. Fair dues. Well, that was the Matilda 4 played because I don't have a T-34 with a crew and whatnot that I can currently use. Someone let me know if you do want to see the T-34-85M. If not, that's fine too. Next up is the American T-34, the premium one. Very different machine. Over here. It's basically a T-29, a tier higher with a bigger gun. I can play the Cromwell Berlin. Yep. I have the Cromwell Berlin instead of the Cromwell, but they are to all intents and purposes the same. It's just the Cromwell Berlin gets a fancy paint job. And you can use... It's a premium, so you can use other crews in it. But in terms of actual raw ability, it's a Cromwell. And I have run out of woo-woo. Who's news? So after this, we've got the Tigger P and the Cromwell. I will take up to 3 additional tank requests, and then that will be it. So it'll be the first 3. So we've got T-34, Tiger P, Cromwell Berlin. The next 3. And then that shall be it for today, although with any luck I'll do a similar thing next week as well, hopefully. I think. Don't think there's a reason why I can't. So this is the T-34. If it looks like a T-29, that's because it's part of the same development. T-29, T-30 and T-34 are all part of the same development branch, if you will. This thing packs a 120mm gun with basically 250 pen. Okay, 248, 250. 400 alpha, and it's only at tier 8. The downside is the aiming stats are a little bit derpy, and the DPM is pretty horrible. And, okay, the hull armor's nothing to really get too excited about, I guess. It's not the best. But this is a tier 9 match, so we are not a bottom tier, which is nice. T-34 can still side scrape though, so there is that if you need it. The American heavies tend to have these giant great sets of tracks over each side of the tank, so even if the raw hull armor thickness on the sides is a bit dodgy, you can still angle and side scrape them, which is nice. Looks like the enemy might be pushing fairly heavily down the 1 and 2 lines, but then our Conqueror has gone over there, so fair enough. And there's no artillery, so he may well be able to have a pretty decent game over there, if he's reasonable. Lerva, ML2, M103, Oho, and another M103. Only tracked him. Look, Indian Panzer, you're kind of in the bleeding way at the moment. Please don't be. M103 died, which is good. Bounced on the Oho. That's a bit of a shame. Didn't want to spend too long aiming because I didn't want that ML to be shooting me in the side. Didn't know if he'd be able to or not. Didn't want to take the risk. This Oho may well have the derp gun. That shot just completely missed. And wait for the reload. It's not the penetration that's the problem, and the accuracy is okay, but this guy's kind of hidden, so I don't have huge amounts to aim at. There we go. Should have been shooting the turret, I guess, all day long. Nice flat surface and punch straight through his armor. Take out the Oho there we go. There's that 248mm of penetration with armor piercing for you. I carry 2 rounds of HE on this because 12cm HE isn't too bad. And 2 rounds of APCR, I guess. I don't remember ever firing them. It's basically 300 pen if you need it. But the pen on this gun is high enough anyway that you shouldn't need it too much. Lerva and an Emil. Is the Indian Panzer gonna mess it up? Yes, he is. Put a shot on the move into the Emil. Lerva's down. And if this guy's going right the way around here. One thing you have to bear in mind with the T-34 is the turret traverse. Well, the tank traverse is pretty bad. The turret traverse is also pretty garbage. Whoops. Can someone shoot this guy, please? Thank you very much. Right. Tracks back on. A couple of scorpions. Ready a HE shell for my next one. Haven't been spotted yet. Found a scorpion. Found another scorpion. Unready that HE shout. Oh, he's behind things. He's dead. Alright. Well, let's push onwards then. No one's really shot me yet. They just took my tracks out, which is a bit of a shame, but there we go. There's only 3 of them left. And haven't quite done as much damage as I have health, which is a bit disappointing so far, but things have just died too quickly. Would have been nice if I'd picked up that kill on that Sturret Emil. I probably should have aimed that shot better rather than auto-aiming it, to be fair. But there we go, never mind. STRVS1, and this is one of those situations, because I only have a 120 millimeter. No, that guy I can penetrate anyway. Never mind, if you were one of the higher tier ones, because I only, quote-unquote, have a 120mm gun, it wouldn't be enough to do the dirty on him, which seems weird given that a lot of modern NATO tanks have 120mm guns. You'd think there'd be enough to do what was necessary, but there we go. Nice big shot into him. 469 is a very nice damage roll indeed. 500 is the max. 469 is pretty high up there, and he's dead too, and that is the match. There we go. T-34 for you. A lot of people seem to think it's a bit lacking. I quite like the tank, if I'm honest. But there we go, I guess. It's my opinion. 3rd class mastery, fire for effect, nothing too special. But it's a premium tank, we made a lot of money, and we had a personal reserve going at the time as well. So that was the T-34. Oh, it was Fiora who looked at Tanky, right. I have heard the American female tank crew voices, yes. Alright, have a good night, Herr Schlickelgruber. Still love that name, it's a fantastic name. Still got 3 request slots. I'm happy to be open for anyone who wants to take advantage. Next up, we have the Tiger P, Tier 7 German heavy tank. The Tiger 1s. Where are all my binos? Lesser known brother. STRVM38, D1, T7 combat car, and the Matilda 4, of course they are. Let me just quickly grab some binos. So, Matilda 4. We won that game! Hurrah! T7. We won that game too. Excellent. Where else did I say? Ah, the Swede. And the D1, of course. And we failed to win that game. Because of course we did. Right, so what was it? It was the Tiger P, of course. Boop. There we go. Yeah, you don't want to sober up. That's a terrible plan. AC4, sure. I swear you tend to request that, which is absolutely fine. Sentinel AC4, it's about the only times I ever play the tank. I just haven't really got around to playing it very much. Yeah, tank search might be nice, that's true. That is true, just to be able to search for the name of it. It's a fair point. But I'll be honest, the World of Tanks user interface has always been, well, trash. Its current state is the best it's ever really been, but we shall see. So there are 2 more tank request slots available for anyone who wants to shove something in there. We've got this, the Tiger P that is, then the Cromwell Berlin, then the Sentinel AC4 Experimental, and 2 other tank requests I am happy to take. Sorry for not platooning today, but because of the dubious quality of, well, my internet and whatnot, I thought it best just to leave it and see how it'd go. Right, we have a request to end on the CGC, of course we do. So there is 1 more tank request slot still open. It'll be the 3rd time I've played the blasted CGC today. Who knows, I may even get a win. Then again, maybe not. Right, what have we actually got going this way? It shouldn't be too bad. Okay. So this was the Porsche design for when the Germans put out a call for the tank that would become the Tiger. The Henschel company put forward, well, the Tiger 1. The Germans put forward what would become the Tiger P. The Germans? Sorry, the Porsche company put forward the Tiger. This Tiger. This one was ultimately rejected because of the kind of ahead of its time, rather dubious transmission, electric transmission. In the end, the chassis ended up forming the basis for the Ferdinand tank destroyer, which in terms of kind of kill-to-death ratio and whatnot was one of the most, if not the most effective tank destroyers fielded by the Germans throughout the Second World War, which is quite an accomplishment when you consider the fact that the Germans fielded quite a few tank destroyers during the war. I don't want to be shot. Oh, crud. Well, if you can shoot me, I can shoot you. Unfortunately, the T-29 massively outclasses this tank. Oh god, really? Okay, well let's put some pain into you at least. And he is going to be able to kind of penetrate me every single time, so I don't want to poke out against him. That's just a bad plan. There's lots of them up here, however, which is a little concerning. Track that guy in place. Has he got a repair kit that he's willing to use? If not, I'm just going to feed on his health here. Just embarrass this T-29. T-29 down. La la la. Oh god. Apparently this guy decided he'd had enough of my shenanigans. Oh, and I can't penetrate him. Really? I thought I could. Oh dear. Nope, can't penetrate the STR-VS1 because Swedish tank destroyers are completely balanced and definitely not utter bullshit. Never mind. There we go. I thought the S1 had... Hang on. I'm gonna find out, so bear with me a moment. What is the armor profile? Because I was pretty sure you could penetrate that. Was I just aiming like a complete scrub? No, it's Swedish tank destroyers. It's the premium one. You can definitely penetrate the UDIs. That is 30. Oh. So the S1 there is 30mm of armour at enough of an angle that you need a 91mm gun to go through it. The German long 88 doesn't quite cut it. Those 3mm penetration difference are nonsense. Anyway, enough of a whinge. Yes, I know it has to be more than 3 times, which is an important distinction, and the S1 has 30mm of armour, which I hadn't appreciated. The problem with the Ferdinand was the fact the long 88 was crappy against infantry. Generally speaking, hang on. And yeah, okay, Foch 155 it is. Foch is going in that slot. What was I saying? Can't remember. Yes, shoot HE at the Swedes. Generally speaking, I do. The problem is in that engagement, if I shoot HE at him and he's shooting something else back at me, he has higher DPM and he will just kill me. So yeah, you're right, and generally speaking, I do unless I know I can penetrate, and I didn't realise that the S1 had 30mm of armour, which of course means that, because I haven't been playing, I haven't encountered them with an 88mm gun yet, so that was a new one. I still think the armour on the Swedish TDs is bullshit, though, pardon my French. I understand the principle, and I understand the principle that it's thin armour swept back at a very steep angle, but the way the overmatch mechanics are implemented in this game, not a fan. So that was the Tiger P. Next up we have the Cromwell Berlin. Well, the Cromwell, I mean, anything you see me do in the Cromwell Berlin here, I could have done in a regular Cromwell. The two tanks are essentially the same. Where is it? There it is. How was that game in the end? Second class mastery. Okay, not too shabby. 1492 damage. Humiliated a T29, which is always entertaining. Did we eat all of his health? Yes, we did. And one shot into the STRV. Fair enough. I feel I should point out here, I don't want people to get the wrong impression. I am not saying the Swedish tank destroyers are overpowered. I am not saying that. I'm just saying I think the way that their armour and the overmatch mechanics are implemented in this game are a load of nonsense. I guess that's what I'm getting at. Yes, Cromwell Berlin. So I was just taking the binos off the Tigger. There we go. Alright, see you, Kai. They do have paper sides, that is true. That is very, very true. It just means that in that sort of situation, again, if I see an S1 come around the corner, I know basically I'm dead if I don't pull back. It's just one of those situations. That's all. In the Tiger P, that is. Or in any other tank with an 88 or 90mm gun. Unless there's the HP disparity that I can HE him. Although 88 90mm HE isn't the best high explosive out there, but you know what I mean. Right. Cromwell Berlin. Might as well do a bit of scouting to start off with, and then do a bit of snapping and whatnot. So this is the Cromwell. Well, the Cromwell is the British Tier 6 medium tank. Cromwell Berlin is the premium British Tier 6 medium tank. They're essentially the same. A lot of fun to play. I do recommend them. Just bear in mind you have absolutely no armour. Whee! Spotty, 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 spot. Yeah, your armour sucks. Like getting one shot by KV2 levels of suckage. But you are mobile with a reasonable gun, even if your bloom stats are terrible. And we'll take out that M6 there. Not a bad start. First blood. And we're top tier, which is always entertaining. Although the Cromwell doesn't care as much about top tier, bottom tier as a lot of tanks, because it doesn't have the armour anyway. So, think of it like a giant light tank, and you won't go too far wrong. Right, time to do some flanking. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, bloody hell, I found a Skoda. What the hell are you doing back there, mate? Seriously, what on earth are you doing back there? Yeah, firing on the move is not what the Cromwell is good at. And wait a million years for it to aim, and then the guy's already moved. God damn it. Badoing. The accuracy on it isn't bad, especially considering it's only tier 6. It's not amazing accuracy, but not bad. Let's do something about this KV-1. And with only like one more shot. There we go. T-34-85. Oh, that was my dodgy aiming. Oh, M6, okay. One more shot. Never mind, he is done. And there's a dinky little leopard there. He's so cute. T-34-85 again. Ooh. Well, scoreline's 12-3. Let's move, I guess, and try and do some more stuff. This has been a very quick match. But there we go, not going to complain. Only artillery remaining. Let's load some high explosive. See what we can do about arty. God damn it. Ah well, we got some assistance damage, and there we go. That was the Cromwell Berlin. I find it a very, very, very fun tank. Big fan of it. Big, big fan of it. Biggest fan. Like, there is no bigger fan in the world. Sorry, that's my terrible Trump impression. Well done to this heavy tank, number 6. He prodded Mucho's buttock. Panzer IV, not too shabby. Enemy team just generally got wrecked across the board. There we go, Cromwell Berlin. Time now for another tier 6 British premium medium tank. This is the Sentinel. Well, I say British. It's in the British tech tree. This is the Sentinel AC 4 experimental. Technically, it's a Australian tank, but it's in the British tech tree, so we're going to run with it. I did not know about the bug, James. No, I just completely missed it. Apparently. Oh well. And Loki has given me her beer. Okay. Quickly polish that off, it'll be fine. Oh, matchmaking isn't quite so kind this time round, fair enough. So this thing, the previous tank, the Cromwell, packs the 75mm high velocity gun, which is basically a cut down 17-pounder. This thing gets the 17-pounder, no cut down version about it at all. So we'll see what we can do. So these are the last 3 tanks of the evening. We've got the Sentinel, then the Foch, then the CGC. We'll see how it goes. Now, this tank, comparing it to the Cromwell before, the gun doesn't reload as quickly, but has got higher alpha damage and higher penetration. The bloom stats are not, or the accuracy on the move is not quite as terrible, but that's due in no small part to the fact that the Sentinel is rather slower. It does have a little bit of armour, but it's nothing to really write home about. It will stop you getting one shot by KV2s, though, most of the time. Unlike the Cromwell. But it's not a bad tank. I do actually rather like it. Let's see if this type can spot anything. Seems we've got a good gun. We'll see if we can get shots on anyone. There's a shot on you, VK. Ooh. Shot on that T-34. Thank you, Mr. E25. That shot on the VK might have hit, it might not. No idea. That'll do. I'm not going to sit there all day. I've got a couple of shots on people. Not too shabby. Their IS-3 has gone over to the other side of the map. Their Borsig is on the bridge. Their T-28 prototype is over there. So actually, we're not going to be facing many Tier 8 tanks doing this. Which is good, because at the moment it's just an ARL. For goodness sake, guys, why are you camping? Urgh. Get your bottoms over here. Thank you, Mr. Ferdinand, for doing that thing. Come on, don't stop now. That's it, good man. We want to get you into the fight, and we want to get these guys dead. That is what we want. And I am not leading the charge, because I'll just explode. I will happily back you up. Off you go, Ferdy. That's it. Good, Ferdy. Good elephant. Elephants on parade. Great. Now, what have we actually got over here? Okay. This is kind of interesting. Take out that T-29. This tank does, however, have good gun depression, which the Cromwell does not. So there is that to it. In fact, it has very sweet gun depression. 10 degrees, I think, off the top of my head. Not quite good enough to do that, though. Come on, suckers. Don't tell me I'm going to start taking shots for you. Don't get yourself killed, ARL. Screw it. Oh no, gun depression fail, no! Botherations. Kill the KV. Kill the VK. Get hit by artillery. Moan about the fact that I don't have a repair kit anymore. You know, all the good stuff. And the fact that no, the prot is busy. Right. Onwards. Hurrah! I will help.
Enemy armor is hit. Target acquired.
Pew!
Enemy vehicle is destroyed.
I will protect your flanks, Mr. Ferdinand. I am a helpful ally, I hope. I have the highest kills on our team, which is kind of funny. In my little bottom tier tank. Right. IKV is up there. He's probably going to get nuked by that. No, no, don't have a proper line of fire, which is a bit sad. Then there's the artillery. Patriot, careful! I know there's a superhero called the I Am Patriot, but that doesn't mean that you are him. Don't just take on the bad guys using your noggin. Use your noggin. Right, prepare the HE! Before the Patriot kills the friggin' artillery as well. I want to do a thing! So does the KV-2. We all want to do things! Are you going to leave enough for us to do? Cut off this corner. Oh. Race. Oh. He finished on 4 kills too. Fair enough. There we go. There's the Sentinel. I never looked. You called the Ferdinand an elephant. Yes. That's because it's the elephant, I think. Someone correct me if I'm talking out my bottom. But I'm pretty sure it is the elephant. Second class mastery, random good stuff, bottom tier game, sweet. Sentinel's quite a fun tank. Next up, we have the Foch. God knows I spent long enough grinding for this blasted thing. Played a few games in it, have a 0% win rate, so let's see what we can do. Look on the bright side, it's top tier. Does what have the machine gun? Sorry, Wolf, didn't quite catch what you... Oh, was it? Oh, I apologise. I thought the Ferdinand was just the elephant. Thought they were the same thing, but whatever. I don't think the Ferdinand in-game has a machine gun turret. I don't think, but I could be wrong. This is not the map I was hoping for, I'm not going to lie. And there are millions of tank destroyers, which is also kind of irritating. And there's artillery, which the Foch does not like. So, what are we going to do? So we got this one, and then the Churchill gun carrier, and then I'm going to call it there for the day, chaps and chapettes. Loady the loady gun, load the gun, load the gun. Bearing in mind this thing is receiving a buff, and obviously sort of kind of being replaced, but not really, but kind of. Still loading the gun, oh god. Okay, I'm going to hide behind a house for a bit, and then try and clip a T-34. So this is the Foch 155, Tier 8. Tier 8? Jesus Christ. Tier 10 French tank destroyer at the moment. Packs a 155mm auto-loading gun. That does this. 5 seconds later. Oh, I left the guy on like 29 health. Oh dear. And I've received... Apparently there's some scorpions over there who objected to my presence. So I got shot. I shouldn't have gone that far forwards, I guess. And now I'm probably going to get artilleried, but let's hide behind a house while we reload. There we go. What can possibly go wrong? Shouldn't have gone that far forwards. What I was worried about was the T-34 pulling back and denying me the shot, but turns out I probably needn't have worried. But there we go. 750 alpha damage, basically 300 pen with regular armor piercing rounds. That goes up to about 400 with premium. And of course you've got your HE rounds for 1100 at regular damage and 90 penetration. Almost reloaded, and there we go. Got a Death Star and a Skoda and a T-30. He's going to be hull down. Okay, they've all been pushed back. I don't really want to push my luck going forwards across there. What I'm going to do instead is flip back and try my luck over here. We did bounce some shots, by the way. I didn't really highlight it at the time, but the Foch does get some armor. It is getting a bit of an armor buff, which will be nice. It's kind of sluggish compared to the previous machines, which is a bit disappointing. I am aware that Wargaming nerfed the mobility of this tank because at one point it was considered OP as balls. But this is not that point. So, if anyone does some spotting, I would quite like to shoot these fellas. Oh, you beauty. Just stay there. Ew. That's it, that's it. No need to panic. You don't need to panic, Jagdtiger. It's fine. That shot missed. Oh, because he's mostly hidden. There we go. And this is where it's kind of frustrating with the Foch. Screw it. I had 1 round left, so I'm going for the reload. I only got 1 shot out of that magazine into a target because apparently the Jagdtiger was hidden, which was kind of disappointing. And low rolls seem to have been the order of the day. 697 against that Jagdtiger. It took 3 shots to kill the T-34. On average, it should have taken 2. Ah, well, never mind. I don't think that Jagdtiger is going to be in a massive hurry to come out again. Because no one likes it when a 155mm autoloader shoots them in the sides. Who's up next? There goes the Scorp. There's a Rheinmetall Borsig. Ew. How you doing? Ew. Missed, really? You serious? Right, middle shot of the clip missed. Like I say, the gun is not wonderfully accurate. Unfortunately, the scoreline is 7-7 and I'm reloading. Really don't want to get shot in the side. But I know there's a Borsig back there. This is slightly awkward. Yes! Yes, it really does. I know, stating the bleeding obvious. Yeah. I really don't want to drive straight into a griller. But if our Type 4 Heavy spots the griller, that's an entirely different story. And I have a big fat gun ready to ruin his day. Oh, come on, Skoda. Burn to death, burn to death. Yes, good boy, CGC. The other CGC. Oh! Oh, damn it. He's not very healthy. Damn it, I'm spotted. I'm hoping I'm not actually in range of anyone to ruin my day. There we go. We'll take him out. What's it? Really? Really? Yeah, this is the thing with the Foch. The armor... right. It's a bit hit or miss, no pun intended. Oh, and the gun arc is annoying. Okay. I want to be really careful here because I don't want to accidentally kill our Type 4. 2 rounds left. Really wish I'd been able to... No. I ended up killing the Scorpion, I guess. There goes our Type. Where are the rest of our tanks? Camping base. Jesus Christ. Is that Lorraine even in the game? Oh no. And there we go, I'm dead. Borsig was firing premium. Fair enough. Can't really criticise too much. So what's happening to this tank? Quite importantly, they're buffing the side and roof armor. Well, I'm not sure about the roof. Probably the roof. So that it's not overmatched by everything. It's 40mm thick at the moment. Which is, yeah, the same as kind of the Swedish tank destroyers. The difference is this thing is kind of an assault gun, whereas the Swedish TDs are campy. So you don't have the mobility of the Swedes and all that jazz. But they're buffing the side armor so it doesn't get overmatched by things like the Borsig. Or at least not by the Borsig's 128 anymore. And what is that Lorraine doing? No, that Lorraine is not AFK. He's just been sitting at base for blinking ages for no good reason. Let's just see how this pans out. I'm hoping we win. I've got 3 kills, and pretty sure one of my blind shots hit because it was the killing shot. In fact, I know it hit. It was the killing shot on that Scorpion. So I reckon we're on just under 4,000 damage, something like that. Which would make this my highest damage game so far, out of the only couple of games I've played in it. I do actually like the tank. It has its problems, but I do quite like it. That's it. Good boy, STRV. Good boy. Dead driver is a bit awkward, but nicely done. What's left on the enemy team that can wreck you? Scorpion and Yag Tiger. Yeah. As I was saying. It's a bit awkward. Conqueror, STRV over here. Lorraine has lost all his health. Oh, are we going to lose this? Really? The AMX is doing some really good work. Oh, that Udez is just going to get wrecked. No! Oh, RT, you beauty. Nicely done. Good boy. Five minutes left. The frustrating thing is ideally you'd want, say, someone like, picking a random non-specific example, that Lorraine, still alive to spot for our artillery and 2 tank destroyers. I guess what would make the most sense is if the Udas went and spotted for the STRV, especially with his damaged gun. There's the Jagdtiger. No, you're spotted, STRV. Pull back. You have to pull back. You can't sit there. Why would you sit there? You have been spotted, and there are two 128mm guns in the game. Jesus. Okay, you ended up getting the kill on the Jagdtiger, but what's to stop the Scorpion or the E20? No, there are more than two. What's to stop the remaining guys from killing you? Jesus. That was not good play. In the end, you got the Jagdtiger, which was good, but I could sneeze on you and your tank would fall apart. Why is it that we've got the STRV scouting for the Udes with a damaged gun? No, he's not. He's just running to the other side. You know what? I'm not actually going to watch this to the end because it's another 3 minutes of my life and I have a bad feeling about this. The way these two Swedish TDs are playing is not filling me with confidence. The Conqueror's done a good job. Well done to him. And I played like an idiot. I shouldn't have pushed forward against the T-34. I took one or two shells in the side that I didn't need to, and I shouldn't have done. That was stupid on my part. I lost like half my health for no reason. And there is no way this guy's repair kit has not come off cooldown now. Why has he not repaired his gun? Does he not bring a repair kit? If he doesn't bring a repair kit, oh, it is still on cooldown. Alright. Fair enough. I'll take it back. I just thought it's been quite a long time that he's had a damaged gun for. Repair your gun. You're spotted. Move, move, move. Oh, God, I hate siege mode. I've never played these things, but I imagine I would hate siege mode. Don't fire and reveal your position! Oh. Good lord. Oh, I can't watch. There goes the STRV. That wasn't predictable at all, was it? Okay, he's repaired his gun. He needs to be somewhere else. Both of them coming down here was a little optimistic. I know I said I wouldn't keep watching, but it turns out I am. He's going to get shot in the back at this rate. Loving the name, by the way, Dangerous Thomas. Great name. Oh, not a draw. He's playing for a draw. Oh, it's... Don't understand why you'd ever do that. It's like playing for a loss. Well, it is playing for a loss. Oh, that's annoying. Oh, well. No one wins. Yay! Even if they kill him, we've still got artillery. So no one wins this. Well, shoot him then. No? Oh, there we go. That was annoying and frustrating. Anyway, that was the Foch 155 for you. We hit the Gorilla for 289, Jagdtiger for 697, completely killed the T-34 and completely killed the Scorpion. Bounced a shot from the Lerva, that's not a Lerva, that's a Borsig, shot from the CDC and a shot from the T-34. 3.6k damage, which is not too bad. Yeah. How much spotting did that AMX get in the end? Nicely done. What was our Lorraine doing all match? Oh! He did nothing. It's encouraging, isn't it? There we go. That was the Foch 155. Go figure. Yeah. Yeah, it was unfortunately the fourth loss. Never mind. What are you gonna do? Right. What does that do to your win rate? Well, it's not a win. So, at least if you play for a loss, you'll seldom be disappointed. That's true. Your win rate is the number of games that you win. So if you don't win it, it's not a win. So it to all intents and purposes, in every way that matters, experience, credits, win rate, whatever, it's a loss. In every way that matters. Thank you for requesting it though. It is a tank I do actually quite like, I just really need to get used to it. And of course it will be buffed. And I'll get the AMX 50 Foch B or whatever it's called as well. One last machine for you then, and then we are calling it there. So one last game in the crumpled garbage that is the Churchill gun carrier. Shoot me now. I'm sure they will. I doubt that'll be too much of an issue. Hello, Gustav. Yes, only three kills. Oh no! He plays arguably the worst tank destroyer at tier 10 at the moment in the game. Well, maybe the 268's worse. And only gets 3 kills. Whatever shall he do? Right. That's a bit extreme. I'm not going that far, thank you very much. I was thinking more have a burger, but you know, it's all good, I guess. Right. CGC time. Yay. Might go and jump off something. Okay, no. No jumping off things are allowed. Let's do this thing! Whatever this thing ends up being. So, what have we got? Tier 7 match. Not very tier 7 though. Okay. And yes, there's lots of sand and dirt and dust and grit and crap everywhere, I know. I'm pretty sure it probably is. Ooh, 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 oh my god, 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 oh my god. Oh, he dropped down. That's a shame. And time to camp. Might die of boredom. The cap circle is over there. The problem is I'm so slow that it will take me blinking ages to get over there. So maybe I guess the counter argument is, well, start now then. Fair beans. I'm going. What are we going to come across? Apparently not a fat lot. Really tempted to drive down the middle of the map, but that's a terrible plan. Not going to do that. I'm not actually suicidal. Hello, Mr. SU-100. How are you today? You doing well? Good. Ew. I'm going to throw one more downrange for good measure. Just in case, you know. Ew. Damn rocks getting in the way. Botherations. Tracks with the first shot. Nope. Commander's Tower with the second. Nope. That just clean missed. 1-3 is the scoreline. Yippee-ki-yay! Great. Can we possibly get a win in this today? Oh, 3-3 is the scoreline. Well, that's an improvement, to be fair. There goes one of our Loit Tonks. Oh, I thought that was going to be a hit. God damn it. Looked good. Oh well. Nah. No dice. Ooh, ooh, but maybe... No, no dice there either. Scoreline is 4-5. Ooh. Yay! We did a thing, and that's a tier 7 as well. Oh yeah. 1 shell of damage. Fear me. Right, is this T-37 going to be killed by anyone anytime soon? Be really nice. If I do it, I'm going to get shot to all bejesus. No, let's give it a go. Someone should probably do it. Nah, he's buggered off. Can't really say I blame him. Oh, no, there he is. Hoping I haven't been spotted there. Oh, I fired, but it was a waste of time, and now I'm going to get shot for no good reason. Someone else picked up the kill. No, I haven't been shot. Oh my lord, frabjous day. A little bit of assistance damage there, though. Right, this might actually be a win. Pardon me while I hyperventilate. 88. The tier 6 British tank destroyer that's better than this one. Nope, not mine either. To be fair, both of the other tier 6 British tank destroyers I imagine are better than this one. I say I imagine because I've never played the Achilles. IKV-90B, Type T-34, AMX-1375, IS, Churchill Mark 1. Well, that IS should be screwed. How has that Churchill not been spotted? Is he AFK or something? I'm just driving across the middle of the map right now because I care so much. Oh god! Oh my face! My beautiful face!
Enemy armor is hit.
Right, well I killed the Type T-34, biggest threat in the game removed. Oh, there's the Churchill. Now he shows up. That might have actually done a thing to him. Good lord. Let's throw another shell out there, see what happens. Well, I've done more damage than I have hit points, so not too hard. But, yay. Screw it. Who's counting? There are only credits. Oh god, there's an AMX-1375 up my bum. No! No! No, 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 no! Oh wait, he's distracted by the Nashorn. Oh, the Churchill's shooting me. And I can't shoot the AMX anyway! No! Kill it! Kill it with fire! Oh, god. Even a Churchill 1 is a better tank destroyer than the Churchill gun carrier. It's like, oh my god. Thank you. So painful to play. There we go. That was the CGC and the last game today. See how well we did. Or not. Second class mastery somehow. Did we hit a blind shot? We hit that SU-100 with one of our blind shots! Yes! Ha 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 ha! Fear us, we are mighty. Let's unequip this stuff. How are my marks of excellence in this steaming great turd doing? Statistics. I've played 136 games in it, and I'm up to 74.2%. Fair enough. Right, there we go, ladies and gents. Did it again. I did it again. It's done. Right. Okay, let me just catch up quickly on any bits of chat that are vaguely interesting. You have a 5-skill lurver, congratulations. Hopefully, Gustav, you mean you have a 5-skill crew on another tank that you're using the lurver, but fair enough, that's fine. You know I have a deep and abiding love for the CGC. I think I do a very good job of hiding it. What mod? Blue enemy. That's not a mod. That's called the colorblind mode that I have turned on, not because I'm colorblind, but just in case anyone who watches my videos or my streams are colorblind. That's all. You misread skills as kills. Go figure. Best mod blue enemy, yeah. Hello, Ken. You dropped by for a bit. Well, you are very, very welcome to. You're always welcome to drop by for a bit. That's absolutely fine. You catch me just as I'm wrapping up for the day. Probably for the best, given that that was the CGC, but there we go. Yes, CGC is indeed OP. Yep. Yeah, I know. Final game in the CGC. I know. Oh, the huge manatee. Yes. And yes, they talked me into this. They're evil, conniving bastards. There's no other way of putting it, if we're going to be brutally honest. That's my 3rd game in the damn thing today. It's like too boring. Aren't they skid marks of excellence? That's a very good point. Not a problem, Gustav, not a problem. Thank you all for tuning in. Sorry that the stream died twice because technical issues are fun. Hopefully I'll do it again next weekend with any luck. At some point there'll be other things I need to do as well, but we'll get onto that when we get onto it. Thank you all for tuning in. I do appreciate it. It is always entertaining to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions and whatnot. My pleasure, Wolf. Always my pleasure. Like I said, seeing as Wolf, who I'm talking to, I will try at some point in the future to brain function, stream on Twitch at the same time, and then those people who have problems with YouTube can jump on Twitch as well. Hopefully. The stream died, but the chat didn't. Always good. Glad you enjoyed, Mac. Glad you enjoyed. I'll catch you guys another time. Thank you again very, very much. And once again, for anyone who missed it the first time round, just a little heads up. Apparently, according to the rumour mill, they're going to Foch the 215B. So, there's that. Anyway, I'm off. I need to go and have some dinner. Have a good one. I'll catch you guys later, and there'll be, obviously, videos coming out during the week. Thank you for tuning in. Ta-ra!